Excellent. Who are we missing? Soren?
Apparently he's helping his, I think he said fiance with Mario Party.
I see.
That is a statement I never thought I'd read. I just gotta set my fiance up with Mario Party.
I think Soren was last week's journaler, but I don't see a journal entry for him.
Yeah,
He
he was
he
saying
just said he
sorry.
forgot. Yeah, he's gonna post his stuff when he gets in. He says he forgot, but
Alright.
he'll post his outline notes.
Also, I'm assuming this is a mistake. I can see the entire world map.
No, that's not a mistake.
It's the world map. Yeah.
Oh,
I've
okay, we
just...
got one of those now.
Yeah, I decided to reveal it since people would probably know where the main cities and empires are.
Is the
I
distances
just wanted to make
accurate,
sure.
or is it more just representational?
Did I put distances on there? I don't remember.
Well, I
Yeah, I
mean, you can
think.
use a
Yes.
measuring tool. A
Yeah, it
couple
looks
hundred
like.
miles from the empires.
Yeah, it looks like it's accurate then.
Cool, cool. I was just curious
Sweet.
because a couple hundred miles when you're traveling through caverns is probably what couple weeks or more journey.
Yeah, it's quite a ways.
Yeah, the thing you gotta think about is you can never just walk straight there.
Right. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Well, there are caves that were kind of not necessarily dug out, but made for traveling between some of the empires for for trade. So there are areas that are easier to travel. But yeah, a lot of the areas around you are lots of pathfinding involved.
Sad
Well,
about Faustus, though, eh? He
Yeah.
shall be missed.
Yeah,
Beautiful lisping boy.
but hopefully we can get a sixth player soon. I'm looking around the empire. Welcome, Soren.
Hold up.
Do we
Hopefully it
have,
doesn't end up like the last attempt of this, where I joined and then we ended up just resetting because there were only like 2 people who were there from the beginning.
Well, yeah, it was because there was such a change in the party that we decided to start over. But
Yeah, it
I
was
don't
a
think
lot
it's
of
going to
turnout
go
for
that
that one.
route.
Oh
No.
yeah, neither do I was just having this.
No, I think now we found a pretty strong group of core players, like 3 or 4 people who are probably going to stick with it.
So I'm
Hopefully.
assuming M's brought a new character out based by what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Well,
Ahote is still with the group as of the time we finished last session. So we
yeah.
haven't missed anything in that regard.
Soren, do you have notes that you can post from last game?
I do. I forgot, and not a lot actually really happened to last game.
Yeah, there was a little bit of RP and some a good amount of battling, but there wasn't
kind of
too
kept
much.
it short and slow since it was just 3 of us.
Yeah. So this week would be Onyx, I believe, if my notes are correct.
So, yeah, I expect I'll have to leave relatively soon to go run an errand. That'll take 15 to 20 minutes. So, if I will try to listen while I'm driving, but it might be safer to have somebody else do this week, and I'll swap with them. Sorry.
Well, is anyone?
It's fair, be safe.
Oh, that's fine. Is anyone willing to swap with Onyx? I think next would be Ahote.
If we are we swapping places or like because I know sometimes it's like anyway, yeah, I mean I'm happy to do it. I just wasn't sure if like
Well, would you?
swapping.
Well, if you're next in line, you could just do this week, and he can do next week, and then.
Well, that's what I thought the
continue
first
from
time
there.
I volunteered, but then I came back up like 2 weeks later because like it wasn't a swap. So I'm not sure if I understand how the system works.
Yeah, that was a mistake. So I would not try to put you in 2 weeks later, hopefully, unless I make
That's
another
fine.
mistake. So yeah, if you two want, we could do it that way, or if someone else wants, however you all want to do it.
Yeah, I just want to keep it where I'm a week or two off from my other journals, and is why I asked. So I think this is fine. I can take it. Yeah.
All right. So Onyx will take next week. I'll try to remember that, but if for some reason I forget, just let me know.
We'll scream at you, don't worry.
Just scream at me, yeah. Alright, so... Actually, well, I'll just use the name Ahote for now. So, yeah, it's Onyx's turn, but Ahote is taking it this week, and next week it'll be Ahote's turn, and Onyx can jump in. It sounds like it'll work. Are we still... Or I have Onyx or Soren as quartermaster. Did Soren, you take over last week? Is that why?
No, I've been it, but him, I think, being
I
an
took over
artificer
for
just kind of
Soren.
helps.
I think,
having
yeah,
the
I think there was a session when Soren wasn't here, and I
Oh.
did it that session.
Oh, that might be it,
that
yeah.
too.
But yeah, I do have a bag of holding, so I've been tracking
I
what's
know.
in the bag of holding.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
I kind of.
I think the key is just to let each other know when you're updating it, just like in case you're gonna, if you're both in it at once, you don't want to save over each other. But like,
Yeah, I try to put who has what on the end of it, if that's the case, or if there's no name on it, I'm just kind of thinking it as I don't know who necessarily has it, but we use it as a shared resource.
yeah.
Like the party money, I don't know who technically is carrying that, to be honest. We haven't really decided who's technically carrying that. I just know we have 187 gold that is ours, not one person's.
Well, there's plenty of room in the bag of holding, so
Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess it could just be in there.
Yeah, as we start to acquire more gold, that'll become more important because of weight. But at this point, I don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, I would just mark like that it's in the bag of holding, and
Yeah.
if that's where you're carrying it, that's fine. All right, so
Looking-
Soren's
looking
doing that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just looking at the group treasury, I have a question. Where it says party money, OCP, OSP.
Copper piece, silver
Yeah,
piece.
0 copper pieces, 0 silver pieces, 107 gold pieces, 0 platinum pieces.
Okay, I was looking that for some reason I was reading those as O's and I was confusing
Oh no, yeah,
myself.
those are zeros.
They just look like capital O's to me, and I was so confused.
You can see the good comparison if you look at ore right above it.
Yeah. Now you've said that, I can see where I went wrong.
And one thing I was going to ask, I would like to set some kind of leader for the group, just so I have someone to give me group consensus. Because it makes it easier when I ask what the group's doing, rather than everyone just kind of remaining quiet until someone speaks up. It might be good to have someone to sort of wrangle everyone's decisions, you know?
I think last time we brought this up, we were saying it would probably be me, Falsus, or Soren, but
Yeah.
that kind of limits us down to 2 people
Fair.
now.
Yeah, I think we did it as kind of me because my
Soren?
character is kind of mostly from the area.
Alright.
But we had Falsus as the charisma because
He was the
face.
charisma.
Well,
And now-
leader.
Yeah.
So the leader is it's more of a meta role because like the
Yeah.
face and the leader aren't necessarily the same person. The leader is more just like I said, like if I'm asking what the group's doing, someone to be like, okay guys, like what are we gonna do, or like someone to say, okay, this is what we're
Okay.
doing.
Okay,
So
I think that kind of
it's-
usually has been me in
Okay.
general anyway.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, which is fine. And I think you're right. I think it has been you. I just know in some of my groups I haven't given the position, and there's been a little bit of like waffling at times, and I don't know what the group's gonna do all the time. So, all right,
Fair.
cool. So we got Soren for that.
Also, just a quick thing, we don't have that Masterwork spear anymore. We gave it away. Whoever was doing the treasury.
Oh, yeah, we gave it away
yeah,
last session.
that's
yeah.
true. You gave it to the
Or the session before.
the Knoll tribe, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Bloodclaw.
Bloodclaw.
Right, the
Bloodclaw.
And
One of the
I
Bloodclaw.
actually get reminded of the little farm's name.
It's just the farm.
It's just it's just the
Or has it just been called at the farm?
the eastern
Yeah,
farm of Candleholm. It's kind of like
Okay.
It's an offshoot of. It's pretty much just where Candleholm has a farm.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure because our bunch of gold ore is at the farm, but our on-keg stuff is at Candleholm, and I have just been putting at town and at town. I'm
that
like,
makes sense.
you know, I should separate these because technically they're not in the same place.
I'm pretty sure the Onkeg, if you want to be more specific, are at Onyx's house.
Yeah, they were.
Let's say it's called Last Light.
Last Light?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
That's LASTLIGHT, one word.
It's your last light before you go into the darkness.
I like it.
And
Yep.
Candleholm.
I've been meaning
correct?
to give it a name anyway. Yeah, it's a offshoot of Candleholm called Last Light.
So what is Candle Guard?
I have no idea what's Candle Guard.
That's technically
under
in the game
player
notes.
Was someone just messing up or confusing the name
I don't
Candleholm
have
with
access.
that? Maybe.
I don't have.
No,
access to
in the
that.
player notes on Roll20, there's Candle Guard.
Oh, did I mess
It's
it
one
up?
of your notes, yeah.
All right, maybe I messed it up then. It should be Candleholm.
Damn it!
Cool. I thought maybe it was like, it's a sister city
Look,
or an
Look,
outpost.
I'm getting old. Okay, my mind's going. I just say stuff and don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Give me a
You want
break.
the
I don't know. I don't know if that's an age thing.
How dare you?
Mate, I'm 22 and I do shit like that.
I was saying that happens to me.
Oh, fair enough. Then I accept your answer.
Look, I'm 22 and I forget what I have for breakfast most days.
There you go. So yeah, it should be Candleholm. Candle Guard is probably a mistake I made. All right. So I think we're any other points of order before we get going.
Have we long rested? Because I'm assuming all of my stuff looks like it's completely maxed out.
Yes,
I believe
we
so.
did long rest.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that was on purpose.
Basically, we are at the point we are at about to leave to go invade the Knolls. We were waiting for the rest of the party pretty much because we have the decision if we want Calathar to come or not.
Yeah.
But this uses our favor.
If you wanted him to
If
come
we-
help with the war, quote unquote.
Essentially,
do we
my
want
thought
to
was
use our... Yeah, go ahead.
so. Essentially, my thought was to have him come and use him as, oh, things are starting to go bad. Have Calathar intervene. But if he comes at all, whether or not he helps, he's counting that as the favor.
Yeah, so you would assume if he goes, he's probably going to help at that point.
Yeah, but
I mean,
So
it,
do we
is,
want to
chance
keep
things
a
go really
dragon's...
well.
it will
So do
help.
we want to keep
people
a
so-
dragon's favor in our back pocket, or do we want to use him in this battle? Is I guess the question. Yeah.
Yuri, I mean, if you want Yuri's opinion, she would say, well, I don't fully trust this person. Well, actually, before we get into that, why don't we do a quick recap before we get into the actual game?
Oh yeah.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, so basically we started the session at, halfway through the battle with the Umber Beast. Took it out. Anvir went down once and Falsus went down once, but other than that there was really no casualties. From some of the corpses we found around the Umber Beast lair, we found a blur scroll, a +1 rapier, and a greater healing potion. And we got some essence off the beast, which I turned into a few health potions. After that, we took off a mandible, brought it back to the blood claw. They were very pleased that we were able to do it. And he agreed to help, and we traveled back with no problems back to Last Light. With about 30-ish gnolls. And had a long conversation with Yuri, discussing the Knolls, discussing what we're going to do, and introducing Calathar to Yuri, explaining what he was, what things are going on. And we rested for the night, and we are about to essentially heading out as soon as we decide what we want to do with Calathar.
And I believe you did have the Knolls with you, right?
Yes, the
Blood
Knolls
Claw.
are at Last Light.
Yeah, they're camped out here along with some of Dosha's people who are recovering.
I mean, it's probably best to bring him because, again, we're not exactly sure how many people are in this camp.
Here he says, I don't know. I don't think I trust him fully. And honestly, with the Blood Claw forces, I think we'll have enough to fight.
How many
I'd almost
Torsos does
rather we
Yuri have?
stay here. So she was willing to bring, I think, 20 of her troops. Because she's
Okay,
going to
so we
leave
have
some
about
behind just to keep an eye on Last Light.
obviously,
I
yeah.
think,
So we've
and
been
I
about
think you
50
told
in
us.
total.
Yeah, how many did you tell us came with the blood claw? Because I think you gave us a number, but I don't
30.
remember what it
30.
was.
30.
30? Nice. Okay.
So we should have 50 troops, she says, which might be less than theirs, but we also have you all, and you are quite skilled, as well as my own
And if
abilities.
depending on what we have, we could equip some of the gnolls and some supplies from here and have overall better quality troops.
And again, I don't know if I fully trust a dragon, especially a green one. If he decides to turn on us afterwards, it could be chaos. Heck,
I can see logic behind
gods,
that.
I don't even know if I trust him staying at Last Light.
I'll say I think you're possibly right about being somewhat cautious, but I don't think you have to worry about him being here if he stays.
Why is
I'm
that?
sure all he seems to want to do is just kind of keep to himself. He's just kind of with us because I guess he feels like he owes us, but he seems to be honorable, in quotes, to an extent.
It seems a bit
If
strange to
there's
me.
anything you can trust about a dragon, or if there's anything you can trust about a dragon, it's its pride.
Give me a persuasion check, either of you.
Oh, not me.
Do you think I'm good at this? I'm just gonna roll because we get 2 of them, but I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you can both
Sure.
roll if you want.
Okay. Oh, roll high, good, because that's a -1.
Ah, same.
She
I think I'm the most persuasive person in this group now with a +2.
she considers
We
what you
lost the
say.
face.
She says, "Well, I suppose she's been traveling with you for this long. I, All right, all right. I'll trust that you know what you're doing. So." Once we get to this place, what's the plan? Because you said they had walls, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, they do have some walls. I don't know if I'm assuming
They
siege
were.
equipment is not available to us, but they also are not. It's null construction. It's not.
They did have, like, basic arrow slits and things like that.
She says we can probably bring them down quickly, but while we're doing that, we will be taking arrows through the wall, which will mean losses. Uh, is there another way we could approach this besides a direct assault?
I'll say I think Dosha. I don't know if on your scouting if you were able to see if you were spotting any entrances besides the main ones of any sort, but there is multiple entrances, so we can at least attack from multiple sides.
Although there
Well,
is also the problem that spreading out the forces means less things to shoot at.
Dosha thinks and says, well, there were gates on the 4 sides, but I didn't necessarily see a good way in.
There were 6 gates, right?
No, there's only 4, I believe.
No, that was more than that.
Well, there were more, so there were caves going in, but actual entrances, there were only 4.
Ah, okay, I just
So,
must be
there,
remembering the caves.
yes, we could approach from one of the other caves, he says, in a broken common, but it would be much harder to get through a wall as opposed to a gate. And any of the approaches had arrow slits. If we attack the gates, they could quickly move archers to those places and riddle our forces with arrows before we get through. Again, meaning losses.
Well, says yes, and even if we
Honest to
split
God,
up to different entrances would split their forces, but
I mean,
there seems to be a lot of archers in your societies. That might not hurt them too much.
Here he thinks. She looks to Anvir. Says, "What about you? You use magic, don't you? Is there any sort of magic that could help with this?"
there's lots of magic that could help with this. Ones that I can cast, that's a different story. Like, I've heard of things like that can create magical darkness and stuff, but it's not in my repertoire, not of clerical means.
I see. What about subterfuge? Do you think there's a way we could possibly get someone on the inside and get a gate opened? Dosha,
You could
perhaps? And Dosha says,
You could send.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was
Anthony.
gonna say you could. I was just gonna say you could. That sending a Hote in could be an option, but she's your NPC now, so.
Well, she wasn't going,
I-
right? Didn't she say she was?
she. Oh, I thought like she went back to answering, like to rejoin Yuri's people. So it's I don't know if she's going or not. You might have her staying at the farm. That's
I
fine.
also
I
just
was-
want to
can,
point out that I have no clue who your new character is, except for the name Otto.
Yeah, we haven't
Nobody
met him
does.
We haven't met her yet.
Okay,
So, yeah.
I can
confused.
make myself look like a knoll
There you go.
if we need to do something like that.
She
I'll
kind
say
of
if
nods
it's
at that. Go ahead.
Was their fort like? I know when they came out, they lit a torch. Was the fort itself like lit up? Could I see like lights coming from inside?
You did you scout the place?
I came up
first
to
door.
the first entrance that we found, so like
you
I was
roll-
up kind of close to it, but not anything else than that.
You rolled
Uh,
trash on stealth, so they started looking for him.
You
Yeah,
probably saw lights coming from inside. Most places in the deep are lit because even those that can see in the dark fear the madness of the caves.
yeah.
Going into lightless areas for extended period of time is suicide. So it's
No,
probably
yeah.
lit.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking. I'll say, possibly depending on how lit or if there's enough shadows, I can slip my way in due to my ability. But if it's too lit up, would be. If it's too lit up, that would be a risk. The moment light is shown on me, I'm
Yeah,
much easier
they
to see.
they definitely had light inside, and they did have torches at the gates.
When
So I'm gonna
when
say,
she suggested Dosha, how did he respond?
sorry, what?
When she suggested Dosha, how did he respond?
Oh, so Dosha would have said they would be able to tell I was not one of them. I am not good at trickery. Also, gnolls, probably like humans, know the way each other's look. As we probably all look the same to you, to each other, we know distinctions, and they would not recognize me as part of their tribe. I would imagine, because they don't have hundreds of gnolls there. It's just a small force. I would probably be noticed. She says, anyone who would go in would probably have to be good at lying and speak the language.
Ooh.
Well, that rules out everyone.
Well, Soren can check one of those boxes. I don't know if he's good at lying.
I'm fairly good at lying, but yeah, I can't
Don't
speak
speak the
English.
language. Honestly,
Wait a second. Do I have a?
can we not just send a dragon through the front gate? I think that would
That's
be
what I was
magnificent.
thinking. I was like,
Uh,
fastest way to bring down a wall, green dragon.
Yeah, so the dragon, Yuri says, if we did send the dragon, that would, or whatever his name was, it would probably make
Caliphar?
this much easier. But
Definitely an element of surprise.
that would be up to you all if you wish to employ him. As I said, I don't know if I fully trust him, but I would be willing to bring him along. If that's what you want to
I
do.
don't know.
I think
Would
it's just going to be the most risk-free option, except for the risk of him turning on us, which would be horrible.
Well, what about Onyx? Did you say you could sneak in?
I can make myself look like a knoll, but I can't speak the language.
Hmm. Uh, what about something like invisibility or stealth?
Uh, Sadly, I do not have
Any
spells like
spells
that
like that?
yet.
I see. Hmm.
uh,
I can see invisible things, but I can't make things invisible.
wait.
All right. So then it sounds like a frontal
Real.
assault. Or go ahead.
Actually, sorry, real quick, and this is me not looking at my spell list, just assuming I didn't have anything because it's ranger spells. Can disguise self turn me into make me look like a knoll? Is that what Onyx is referencing, basically?
Yeah, that's what I was.
That
That's what
makes
I was
you,
looking at.
because they're technically a humanoid.
I
Yeah,
believe
Okay.
you
so.
can make
Um.
yourself up to a foot taller. So
Okay. At some point, Soren would have been like, "Oh wait, Onyx, I think I can do the same thing that you're talking about, actually." I'm just
so
not. I'm not great at lying.
well,
Well, if you could,
I wouldn't say I'm great at it.
well, if maybe you could replace one of the gnolls. If we could, we did kill one of their what's it called? Patrols. Maybe if you copied one of the ones that we killed, maybe we could say that you survived somehow and came back. Dosha says, shrugging.
Um, Possibly. Do you know anything about the hierarchy, I guess, of these Yunogu followers? I would say we've seen one of those the shamans. I don't know if they're more respected. I could possibly make myself look like one of them.
Well, I
Ones are like the head of the tribe, aren't they?
I
No, those
believe
were like the white ones that we've
yeah, the
those.
fanatics they
Yeah, that might be
seem
the better word for it.
to be the leadership structure. I think that their tribes respect strength and power overall. So, uh, yes, I believe their leadership is those who are blessed by Inogu.
I'll say that could be because I think they're more likely to believe one of them surviving and making it back than others, as well as, and if that is the case, they'd probably be less likely to question me.
Yuri nods. She says, "This could be a way to do it." So you would go inside and try to get the gate open at some point to let us in for a surprise attack.
It's possible. I mean, again, I'm not great at persuasion or anything of that sort, but it's possible I could maybe get them to send out some forces, maybe to go scout, as if I know where, we are, since I survived, and maybe could possibly use that to
Well,
jump in at the moment.
that would probably require you lying to them a bit, though. She says, and you
Yeah.
said you're not as good at doing that, right?
No, I'm not. Let's say maybe just
Yuri thinks for a moment. What about a distraction? Maybe as you're returning to the base, wounded, of course, from being lost in the darkness. Maybe there's some sort of distraction from one of the gates, and while they're examining that, you open another gate to let us in.
He could, as terrible as he is at lying, as much as he likes bringing that up, what he could do is be a wounded soldier, like you recommended, limping towards, and tell them that we're behind him while we're all at it, like hiding somewhere. Or I don't know. Get them to leave somehow.
She says maybe split the force. Well, Dosha would say, though remember, weakness, if he is wounded and weak, that would not necessarily be seen as something to someone to save, more as even prey. They might even attack him.
Yeah, I was thinking
Maybe not
about
wounded
that.
and weak then.
No, not wounded and weak necessarily, but wounded, and I don't know if there's something that we could use. I could grab a couple of like identifying factors off of you, like pieces of your clothing, and bring back trophies saying that we won, basically. My part, but I was the only survivor. And that
Yes,
way, if I have pieces of you, that makes the lie more believable, even if I'm
Dosha.
not great at it.
Dosha nods. He says, "Yes, that could work." Uh, so, I guess I could tell you a little bit about Knoll tactics. Maybe that could help with our plan. The Knolls most likely have guards at all the gates. In the event of something happening, the guards would call for reinforcements and they would move their forces to that gate and either move out or stay behind the gate and fire arrows. So, our best strategy, if I had to choose something, would be to, as Yuri was saying, maybe a distraction to move their forces to a place where we are not, and then attack another place that is vulnerable, either with the door open already or breaking down the door.
Well, we could potentially try maybe us, like our group, attacking one of the gates while all of you try and attack another one while after they've already positioned towards us.
Yuri.
Or, Onyx, do you have any illusion magic?
No, sure don't.
He's got a giant rabbit. That would scare the shit out of most people.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I'm assuming you don't have any illusion magic either, Anvir.
Uh, that is a great question. I have prestidigitation.
Mm, don't believe that's enough. Oh, Aldwin, I always you're usually in melee. Do you have anything of that sort either?
Nothing that would help with this situation.
I can make it that they can't lie to us.
Hmm, I don't think that's what we're necessarily looking for.
Well,
The best I could do is try to blind a guard, but that won't really help.
Got it.
Dosha says, as you've seen, I'm pretty good at staying hidden. If you need me to, I can maybe try to do a distraction somewhere to lure them out, or maybe set off some kind of false alarm and then fall back someplace else while the main strike force does something.
I think we're definitely getting on an agreeing path that a
Some sort of
diversion's the best
distraction.
way.
All right, so Yuri kind of takes stock of what everyone's saying, and she says, "So we are going to try to get Soren inside through trickery, and after that, what's the next step?"
If we get Soren
Um,
inside, we could have a distraction at another gate to draw the guards that way. And while those guards are responding to the distraction, Soren could open up the gate and let us in for the main force.
She nods and
do
says,
we have any form of long distance communication? Don't know
Uh,
if anyone has any ability of that sort.
I'll take that as an astounding no.
"I don't have any magic," Dosha says. I don't know any spells that could do that, though there are possibly cave noises we could use as signals.
I was hoping for some sort of that, because if not, we'd have to be very good about our timing as well.
Yuri sort of looks at Dosha and says, "Well, if you're going to do a distraction, I almost feel like we should send someone with you, or any of the rest of
I
you."
feel like he shouldn't be alone.
Agreed. Or any of the rest of you good at stealthiness in the shadows? I know.
I'm not horrendous, but I think Soren would definitely be the best.
Well,
I'm
Soren's going to be
Not
inside.
available for this
Yeah,
mission.
because he's going to
After
be.
Soren, I believe I'm the best stealther in the group.
I'm pretty good at it myself. If I'm not needed disguised as an owl.
I just need to double check if my armor gives me disadvantage, because that will be the big factor.
Guess depending on what the exact distraction plan is, could be good for Onyx to go as well, just to use the shock factor of Hassan.
Although,
Makes it a little bit less stealthy overall, but
yeah, I don't know how stealthy he'll be with Hassan.
Hassan is not particularly stealthy.
Unless he left Hassan behind with the main force and just went by himself. But
Or unless you want me to be disguised as a Knoll too, and we can act like Hassan was captured from the battle.
Yeah, my armor does give me disadvantage, but I have a +3 to stealth.
that
Yeah, like drag
is
him in a
not.
net or
That
something,
is
like he's
also
a trophy or something.
yeah. That's not a bad idea. Also, because I wanted a trophy of some sort, but
Like
the
you could even
robot
make him
bunny
look like
could
he's
be
deactivated or something.
Yeah, exactly. The robot bunny could be the quote unquote most convincing trophy we could find.
how would you drag that huge creature or large creature into the fort? It would seem a bit suspicious,
So
wouldn't it?
Hmm.
But there's two of us should be able to drag it, I think, without too much issue. But
That would get your creature inside, uh, so that would give us some more power inside the fort to get the gate open. So it's not a terrible idea, but my worry would be that they might be a bit suspicious of you bringing back such a large creature, dragging it through the caves if there were only two of you left.
Hmm.
Like I said, not a bad plan. It just, I don't know. I'm
Well,
not
Hassan
sure
can
how.
stay with us even if you two both go in.
All right.
Hey, having disadvantage.
So, who would be stealthing? We would send Dosha along with
I
who?
guess Eldwin?
Eldwin. So Eldwin and Dosha would make a distraction. Dosha nods. He says, "I could possibly fire some shots at the gate, or maybe try to set a fire, make it seem like the place was under attack."
Well, if
And then,
Eldwin's with you, he has some spells and stuff he could also make some noise and stuff with.
yes, yes, and hopefully draw some attention. Maybe
I think
to the south gate while you all are near the north one.
that's probably the best. I think I like the idea of setting fire. Setting fire is probably going to be the best thing.
So once
Try
that
to set.
once that happens, you would probably hear calls within the camp because of the attack. This could be the signal for once if they leave, or hopefully they leave, that you start opening the gate while the army is charging. The risk is that we don't know if you're actually going to be able to get the gate open, or if they stop you, which could be disastrous. But either way, it would buy us some time. The other problem, and actually Yuri would chime in and say, yes, the other problem is that you could be overwhelmed inside if this doesn't go well. if the whole fort catches you before the distraction. So there is a risk factor we have to keep in mind. But are there any other
Yes.
parts to this plan we wanna do, or is this the main plan, the distraction and the quick opening of the gate as the forces charge from the north?
It's either that or send the green dragon through.
Yeah, it's like if we don't want to do this plan at all, we can just send the green dragon up front, and it'll probably take some shots and have to retreat, but then we wouldn't have to worry.
So the
The
point,
Green Dragon's definitely the simplest plan.
Yeah.
so is the other plan that Soren and Onyx both disguise as gnolls and go in, and then Dosha and Eldwin do the distraction, and then Soren and Onyx open the gate, or was it just Soren?
I would think Onyx would still come with me. And
Okay.
being by that, since he can't speak Null, I was gonna suggest that Onyx could be another survivor, but in the battlefield, essentially like his vocal cords or something were cut, so he
Yeah,
can't speak.
if you can control your illusion spell, he could even have like a scar across his muzzle or something, a big
Yeah,
gash that's
basically
healing.
his
Yeah.
his vocal cords or something was damaged, so
And that,
he literally can't speak anymore.
Have any of you guys ever seen Hot Fuzz?
No.
Oh, the scene that popped into my head is that at the end there's a guy who just falls onto a miniature tower. It just goes through the bottom of his jaw. That's all I could picture. Just like, he can't talk no more.
Well,
It's a wonderful play.
Yes, I think it's a good plan. There are risks involved, especially the fact that Soren cannot says he's not good at deceptions. That could be a very real risk factor, but I think overall it is a good plan.
So, I think all it is now is to put it to a vote of plan or dragon. I'm happy with the plan, honestly, considering I'm doing nothing in it.
Once the gates are open, do we just charge? like
That's what I would assume.
so I
Well,
guess like the Blood Claw and Yuri's troops would charge, and then the rest of us would probably try to group back up with our other party members and go
Would
after
already
leaders or
be in
something.
it. You
yeah,
would
so
be doing whatever the hell.
Yuri says we would probably have to charge right as the distraction was happening. We couldn't wait too long because there's going to be a small window where the confusion of the fake attack to the south is happening, and the troops will be in movement. And ideally, we strike the wall as they're getting into position to the south. Though if we go too early, we will alert them and they'll start getting into position before the wall is open. And if we go too late, they'll realize it's a ruse and already be getting back again into position to the north before the wall's open. So it's a bit of a gamble. The timing will have to be
Honestly,
perfect. More than likely, you will have to do some fighting to get the gate open.
I'm not gonna lie, the more we talk about this plan, the more the dragon seems appetizing.
I
Yuri
would
says, I think
say
the plan seems
Onyx
fine.
and Soren should kind of make the call because this sounds extra dangerous for them.
Is she lagging for you guys too?
yeah.
A little bit.
Okay, cool.
Still able to make out the sentence, but
Yeah,
robotic.
Sorry.
I just wanted to make sure that wasn't me.
Yuri sort of looks to the two of you, Soren
I'm
and
back. Sorry.
Onyx, and says, "Are you willing to take the risk, or would you prefer we do a frontal assault using the dragon as a bulwark?"
I mean, I'm getting paid, right?
She says, "As much as we can pay you. I assume there will be spoils from the battle that you and your group can take as payment as well."
Then I'm in. Let's go.
I guess we haven't discussed payment. What is your group ask for this?
Oh, group huddle, group huddle. How much do we want to ask for this? We have been doing a lot. We did have to kill an Umber Hulk for this.
Just starting off, I was thinking somewhere 50 to 100 each.
So probably,
Yes.
possibly, yeah, about at least that I would think. I mean, I would say depending on also what's in the, the camp, the
Yes.
spoils of war, there is that could supplement a lot of it. I don't know. I know the Guard in Candlehome's not necessarily the richest city either.
I mean, we have pretty much. Let's face it, we're not really going to do much with all that ore.
And she says, do you have an amount? Do you,
So,
your group kept the ore, didn't you?
Yeah, we
no,
saw that. It's sitting in
somewhere.
the farm.
It was
Yeah.
too heavy, so it's here at the farm.
It's sitting here.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we're not. Let's face it, we're not really going to do much with that. It weighs a ton.
Well, we can bring it back and smelt it.
I guess. Anyway, price. 100 gold
She
each.
says, I don't have too much money as
50 gold.
I haven't really. The soldiers aren't paid during the missions. Generally, they get payment every week or a month, depending. So I could probably.
Here's a question: how much does that average soldier make on a week?
She says, well, I wouldn't pay you the fare of an average soldier.
I know.
but,
I'm just trying to figure it all out.
I would say, I mean,
the soldiers.
I would say, I think
Go ahead.
the price of doing this is a big ask, so I feel like we might ask for a little bit more, but on the other hand, I don't want to necessarily bankrupt Candlehome either.
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily
She says,
how
well,
much money the town
that's
can
why
offer.
That's why I want their wage as a baseline, so I can go from there.
She says, well, how about this? You brought in a bunch of ore. I could certainly see us letting you keep that as part of this. The most likely the fall of this base will yield weapons and supplies, and possibly gold if these creatures were attacking caravans and settlements. I could offer you complete spoils from that as well, and say maybe 50 gold pieces each once we get back to Candle.
That definitely sounds great.
But so yeah, I think that sounds fair.
My character's
Agreeable.
become very shrewd all of a sudden. I just realized. Money, you say?
She says, unfortunately, I don't know if there's much more I can offer you right now. As I said, I'm not really carrying gold on me to pay the
that's
soldiers. But
I mean, that's where even if you were able to give it to us, we're going to a battle. What could we use it for?
indeed. But the safety of Candleholm will yield reward in itself, obviously. So we definitely appreciate, or at least I appreciate, all you've been doing for the settlement. So it sounds like we have our plan then, or are we going to go with the dragon? Soren and Onyx, you said you were okay trying to implement the plan, yes?
Yes.
I'm down.
All right.
They're the main ones.
Think
Let's
so.
do it.
She says, all right. Well, then we should probably... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, once Dosha and I set off the distraction on the south, do you want us to meet up back at the north gate, or do you want to try and fight your way down to the south to meet up with us there?
She says, well, we'll be attacking through the gate. At that point, they'll probably be rushing to meet us head on. So I would probably suggest you sneak back around to the north, or else you'd be going right through their ranks, which would probably get you killed. And
Fair enough.
Dosha would nod and say, "That's what I was assuming, that we would retreat and take the long way around to meet up with everyone." And Dosha says, "Maybe you would be better served in the battle itself then, and you can leave the distraction to me. Because they'll probably need you up at the front line, whereas I more do better in the shadows. It
That's fine with me.
it could be risky for me, but I don't want to. Yeah, I think you'd be better served in the actual battle than sneaking around with me."
Out of character then, slightly. If that's the case, and since Ahote is also just kind of now being NPC'd, uh, as a kind of, a segue to, her still being around, she could help Dosha, because, she has the sneak spell, they could get up there easily, do all that, and then she can kind of disappear in the background, because Dosha won't really help fight either. So we could have the NPC and the non-combat character really
Well,
do the
Erie
non-combat thing.
Yuri says, actually, I had asked Ahote to help me with something else, and for now, she is heading back to Candle, so she will not be involved in this war.
Okay, fair enough.
Quick question, Yuri. Is there anywhere nearby I could get a breastplate?
I I could check the quartermaster. There might be something we have, but I don't think so. You might have to go back to Candle for that.
It was worth a shot. Don't worry about it.
She says, "Well, let me check with my quartermaster. Does anyone else need anything?"
I mean, unless you have stronger bows than just my old longbow, I think I'm good.
All right. No, I think longbows are the extent of what we have. So she goes and takes a look. Odd or even?
Even.
I'm sorry, but we don't have any breastplates.
Damn it.
He lost the 50-50.
She says, "We mostly
Worth a
have
shot.
leather and lighter armor for our infantry. But
Crazy.
again, once we get back to Candle, we can look into that for you." All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we have our plan. The one thing I would say, the the only part that troubles me is, again, the timing. Once the distraction happens, there will probably be a bit of chaos within the camp as the gnolls rush to move their forces to the distraction area. We need some sort of signal from those inside when the gnolls are far away, so we know when to charge.
You said that there's torches on the gates and stuff, right? And on the ramparts.
Yes.
Possibly Soren or Onyx or whomever's gotten in there could
Are you a random soldier
signal.
right now telling her this?
Well, okay. If I no, I guess not. I guess, if Pote has gone back to Candleholm, then I guess not. Never mind.
Oh, yeah, she's still on the map, so I kind of figured she was here.
You know what? Let's say she is here. That's fine. Maybe she's getting ready to go back. So yeah,
I was
you can
just
say
going to
something.
suggest that maybe you could signal by passing like a shield or something in front of a torch that we can like look at from a distance and just watch for it to like twinkle 3 or 4 times, like pass something in front of it a certain number of times as a signal or something like that. I don't know.
But they would
mean,
have
the-
to.
Or possibly just put them out even.
Yeah.
Well, that would
Oh,
you
yeah,
would have
that's
to be on
fine.
the outside of the gate for that, though. Yuri says, and I assume you'll be inside the fort when this is happening. So unless they let you out to do that, that would be harder to do.
Okay.
I can just shoot a
Onyx,
fireball up.
Well, we don't want them to see the signal and go, "What the fuck's
No,
happening
it
over
would.
there?"
Yuri says it would have to be one of those in the fort because they would be the ones seeing what's going on. It would have to be Soren and Onyx. One of them would have to be able to give us a signal because they could see when the troops went south to to get into position.
Yes, actually, and ideally, thinking it. Onyx, you have that light spell, correct?
I can make an object glow. It's 5 feet of bright light, 5 feet of dim light. I don't have the light cantrip. No.
Yeah, but you can
This brings up a good
just
question. Sorry, out of character. Did we get a long rest at some point?
Yeah,
Yes,
We did.
you're
we're
long rested.
before we're going to the big
Okay.
battle. There's a long rest, definitely.
So as you mentioned that, Yuri says, "Oh, there are arrow slits, are there not?"
There are. I was thinking if we have the ability to light up one of my arrows, I could just quickly fire a
Well,
lit up arrow through the slit in the
she
opposite
says,
direction.
"I don't know about that. That might be a little obvious. But you said you could make small glowing lights, Onyx.
Yes.
Maybe if you drop one of those through the slit, even though it's just a small light in the darkness, we should be able to notice it from a distance.
Okay. I can do that.
Or if there's a way you can, well, yeah, that was my idea. But you could fire an arrow as well, Soren. But if you were inside and suddenly you pulled out your bow and fired an arrow out the side of the fort, that would be a bit obvious, wouldn't it?
I'm thinking, obviously, yeah, that one would be semi-situational, but I mean, if there's all of a sudden a rush, I might be able to, quickly do it in the confusion.
Well, any type of light would be a good indicator because we could keep watch from a distance. All right, that might be the plan then. Either some sort of arrow or any other light source other than the two torches. If we see it, we would know that it's time to rush. Because I'm assuming that even if there was a distraction, they would still leave guards by the north gate. I don't think they'd all leave. So you might have to do a little bit of fighting.
No, they wouldn't leave that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm thinking, she says. All right, but that is
Or
a...
if,
go ahead.
that could be the one attempt of convincing I do that can say possibly me and Onyx are at least well enough to guard this gate.
Oh, if you think you can convince them, then by all means. If you can convince
I
them
would
to
say
leave the gate.
That might be the best thing for me to try if I'm going to try to convince them to do something. Is worst case they just stay at the gate, but
All right, so we have our plan then. Dosha will use stealth, and the two of you will use trickery to try to get the gate open as we're charging. If you can't get the gate open, we'll try to smash through. But if that is the case, then you might be sandwiched between the gate and an entire army. So you might need to retreat quickly. So keep that in mind.
yeah. So say, I mean, if that's the worst case, we could possibly just not engage them and possibly at least just retreat into the camp a little bit and find another way out.
And she nods. Whatever you can do to stay alive, but that would be a worst case scenario. All right. Let's get the supplies and get going. We want to get there before it gets too late. Our troops, we don't want them tired, so we have about a day of travel ahead of us. Does anyone want to do anything before you leave?
I'm good.
All right.
I just have a question for Anvir.
Yes.
Are you going to be doing I'm assuming you're going to be doing the give sight to everyone thing once we get into the fight, or shortly
Well,
before the fight starts?
that is actually a valid point because if it's very lit up inside, then there won't be much point to that. I mean, I can just do it whenever, but like, I mean, I could try and give it to you and Dosha or something before we split off, and then you could have that good dark vision for an hour while you're skulking about. Make it easier for you to hide from people.
Well, Eldon's coming with the main force now.
Oh, is he?
Dosha's just gonna
Oh
go
yeah.
by himself.
Sorry, I was looking at spells and shit, making sure it was all good for the compatible. I was listening, but I must have missed that bit.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, which spells do I need to prepare?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, sorry, I missed that bit. But I could just give it to Dash. It would definitely help his chances of hiding if he could see 300 feet in front of him.
Oh, well, I will be fine with my normal abilities to see, he says. Don't waste your spells on me.
Oh, it's not a
I would
spell. I can
say
just do it.
it might be useful to do it once me and Onyx start going up to the gate, because the actual combat should probably not. That whole process shouldn't take that much amount of time.
Well, who should I
Give
give
it
it
then.
to? Here's a good question. Like, here's a DM question. Are there archers among Yuri's men?
Yeah, they have bows.
So maybe I should give it to some of their archers, because I doubt any of these humans have any dark vision.
Yuri says, well, being that we're going to be fighting inside their base, it will most likely be lit up, so I'm not sure if we will need your dark vision.
Yeah, that's what I was
th-
thinking.
I'm
I
thinking
didn't
the-
think it would be that useful in the general.
I think what the best thing that might be for it is when me and Onyx go up, at least use because you can do it one per day without expending another use of
Yeah.
anything you have, correct?
I can
And,
I can do it once, and then after that, it takes some of my magical limitations.
So yeah, I guess once Onyx and I split off, it could possibly be. I would say
Spears of
maybe
power,
useful.
that's what we call
Use
them in this
give
campaign.
it then. Probably give it to Onyx still. Probably Eldwin. I would say the other two from there. Up in the air, who could use it best? But I mean, we could probably figure that out later on the way.
All right. Well,
I have a
Um,
I have a question for Dusha. How far or I guess, would I know how far, in dark vision gnolls have by this point? Like a general idea.
60, I would assume, just normal.
yeah,
Normal
well,
60.
Dosha, yeah, would basically tell you he has 60 feet. The
Sounds
normal dark vision.
Yeah.
We have
But
a few
I would
Noldor
bring
on
up
that.
this might just be a moot point, but if you use Anvir's dark vision, you'll be able to see more than any other gnoll, and you could accidentally reveal that something's different about you. I could give you dark vision, and it would be the same amount as regular gnolls, Onyx. Because Soren, you have dark vision, right?
I do.
Okay.
Dosha says, well, if it doesn't take any of your magic, I would be happy to take some dark vision for my stealthing mission.
My one doesn't, as long as I only do it once.
So yeah, if you want to give me your dark vision for the stealthing mission, it might increase my chances of success.
Yeah.
Just,
And
I
then
think
you don't have to worry about doing it too early for Soren or the army.
Yeah, just double checking. We just so I can remember, you in law refer to spell slots as spears of power, right?
Yeah, spell spheres.
Spell spheres. I couldn't remember what it was. I wanted to make sure I remembered. But yes.
Does anyone think that there is a tool set that will come in handy other than a disguise kit?
Lockpicks might come in handy depending on
I
how
have
the
those.
gate is.
I have those already.
It's too bad we don't know much about what the inside of the gate looks like, Yuri says.
Unfortunate. I don't. I think those are going to be the most useful, probably Onyx.
Lockpicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, I can make pretty much anything. Like, do you think that having hammers would be useful, or
I was thinking the
I think
fort I
we're
believe
fine.
was mostly wooden, so carpentry. But I don't. That would be a long process either way.
Yeah, I mean, if
do
we
anything of
don't
that aspect.
if we don't get the gate open right away, then it's going to be siege. I don't think hammers are going to necessarily come in handy. We're just going to have to bash it down while we take fire. So yeah, most of this will just be the the deception inside, the distraction outside, and the timing. If we get those right, I think we'll have a very good chance of overrunning their fort.
Actually, I already have hammers from masons, smiths, and leatherworkers tools. So I got lots of stuff in my bag.
Yeah. The one other thing I'll say is once the battle breaks out, it's going to be a lot of soldier to soldier. Your group would do best to look for specialists and take them out. Anyone who is
Well-
able to cast magic or any of those fanatics, because if our soldiers go against them, we will take losses.
I think the main battle plan, now that we've got into the infiltration plan, I think the battle plan will be our group will help clear the battlefield of the specialists, like you said, and then once it's just the run-of-the-mill normal warriors, we'll start heading for the main tower to see if their leader is in there or anything like that.
Yeah, I assume their leader will be fighting on the field. Just be careful not to get overrun by their soldiers. You don't get too far away from the main group. Just kind of fight near us and let us help you break through their ranks.
I think we're set on a plan, and I think we're good to head out unless there's anything anyone else wants to do. I also did just remember that I have a spell that will help Soren lie better.
Oh, that could be of use.
That would very much
So-
abuse.
So this should be a much better plan now.
So Yuri says, "Well, we'll cast that when we get to the fort. As I assume it does not last forever, but it's good to know."
A good while, but not forever.
All right. Anything else before we execute this? She says, "There might be some fighting on the way there, but I'm hoping we avoid patrols because that could alert them if we have to fight one of their groups."
I'll say yes. If we want it on the way there, possibly Dosha or I could be a little ways ahead to watch out for patrols and kind of signal back.
She nods and says, "We could get close and have you scout the caves to make sure they're clear. But why don't we start moving, and we can figure that as we go." So is there anything else that anyone in the group wants to do before we start heading over? All right.
I'm having a conversation with the voice inside this ring.
Oh, okay.
So, how long of a journey is it to this? I'm sorry.
To get to the base,
To the
it's
fortress. Yeah.
about a day. It's going to take most of the day to get there.
All right. Okay. I won't do anything just yet, but when we get to a stopping point along the way, I'm gonna start fiddling around with the ring. And sorry, I have to go for a second. I'll be right.
All right. Are you going on your errand? All right. Maybe just stepped away for a moment. All right. So the group begins traveling with the soldiers, the Blood Claw, and everyone else. As you're getting to leave, Falsus would actually approach the party. He kind of looks to all of you and says, "I believe I am willing to help with this battle, but afterwards, I believe it might be best for me to return to Candle for a bit. I do not think I am ready to face the dangers that we've been facing." He says, I feel like I need to do some soul searching and some prayer to better prepare myself for the dangers of the caves, as I feel I have failed on several occasions. I just wanted to let you know where I was at.
Play him today, like last week.
I apologize. I hope I am not disappointing the group, but I feel this is best.
Aw.
It's fine, Falsus. Sometimes people just need to move on for what's right in their life.
Says I shall be around Candle to help out as much as I can, but I think it's best, as I said, for the time being, that you all travel on without me. Alright, so the group begins to move out with the soldiers, heading north first to the gold mines, and then navigating the area to the Knoll base. Give me a d20 roll from the group to see if anything happens during this trip.
Who wants to do it? I'll do it.
Anyone?
9!
Alright.
Hopefully it doesn't make me want to scream 9.
So, you're moving through the caves. Give me I'll say up to 2 people can give me survival checks to help navigate the caves. Make sure we stay on track. Maybe even find some shortcuts.
Probably me and Dosha then.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because no one else is trained now that we've lost a Hote.
Yeah, and Ahote wishes you all luck as she heads back to Candle.
Ooh, not bad,
20. And then after an hour, this kicks in as well.
Alright, so Dosha is your second.
I swear, the only... If we want it to be really annoying, what we need is the next character to be a Shadow Monk. We'll just have every character just be the most annoying in Dark Caverns.
Dosha does not
This is
do
the
very
perfect
well.
setting for that class.
Oh yeah, this would be the greatest
I did
for a
pretty
Shadow
decent,
Monk or a
so I
Shadow
think I can make
Sorcerer.
up for Dosha.
So do you have +2, so you got a 20?
Yeah.
Alright, so you're doing very well navigating. And question, Mary, what is going to go on with you? Are we going to encounter you before this battle?
That would be nice.
Because I've been kind of leaving this to you and Trey's discretion since you said you were talking to him.
Oh yeah, we were waiting on your go ahead, because we didn't know what your plan was. But yeah, he
I love
was
it.
gonna fiddle with the ring, and after inspecting the ring a little more closely, he would notice that there's a tiny little latch on it and some little bitty hinges, and he thinks it might open like a locket.
So I assumed your character would have told him how to do it.
My character kind of sort of told him a little bit about what he thinks might happen, but he's not exactly sure because he hasn't tried this yet.
I have a
Alright.
feeling I know what your class is, and I love it already.
So, are you there, Trey? Or did Trey take off officially?
I think he took off officially because he's still not back.
Yeah. He said that I could, if the time came and he wasn't here, then to just have his character do whatever you want him to do, Lou.
Alright, so... I guess, yeah, as you're traveling, maybe the artificer would be looking at this ring, just kind of fiddling with it, and sure, he would decide to do this, opening up the ring, and I guess you would just kind of pop in, huh?
Yeah, so there might be like a little puff of purple smoke or something, and a gangly little gnome just is suddenly there in front of y'all.
Alright.
And he would start whooping like, whoop, whoop,
So,
like dancing around y'all.
hang on a sec. As
I'm horrified.
all right, so yeah, as the troops are all moving, I'll say the all of you are kind of up front with Yuri, and suddenly, as Onyx does this, there is a poof, and everyone sort of looks surprised. Yuri draws her sword. Everyone's kind of looking, and
No, I'm kidding.
Anvir just blew out my eardrums a little. Uh, and yes, from the smoke, a little strange-looking gnome appears. And all the troops are looking strangely at it. The gnolls have their spears at the ready, and the humans are all very confused. And what do you look like, Odo?
So Otto, he looks like, I mean, he looks like a gnome, but he's pretty scrawny. Like, he's real gangly and bony. He's about 3 feet tall. He's got some white hair. He's got eyes that kind of look yellow in some angles and kind of brown at other angles. He's just wearing simple clothing and gear, linens, wools, leathers. He's wearing an embroidered cowl, soft leather moccasins, like a little canvas messenger bag. He's got some little daggers sheathed on his belt and a little iron buckler strapped to his arm. And he's wearing a metal cuff on his left wrist that is etched with a design.
Dosha,
And a double string of polished beads of like assorted natural stones is around his neck. Yeah.
Dosha yells, "Knoll! Knoll!" Or wait, gnome! Careful, they'll steal your teeth. He growls at you.
Otto would laugh, like he'd just be like, and he'd like kind of run up, like, I guess it's 'cause since Onyx was the closest, he would kind of snatch Onyx's hand and start like shaking it, like, woohoo, feels good to be out of there. And he's gonna like kind of hop around and like kind of hug the cave wall, like, missed you, Rock, and just like kind of shake hands with a bunch of you, just like super excitedly and whoop and holler.
I didn't know you could summon gnolls or gnomes, Onyx. What is this? Or who are you? How'd you get here?
He'd stop hopping around and he'd make like a grand little bow towards. This is Dosha that's asking this, right?
Yeah, and Yuri also says, "Where did this one come from? Are you some sort of wizard?"
I'm as surprised as everyone else here. I think
he would bow to Dosha and then to Yuri, since they're kind of addressing him more directly, and he would say, "Oh, Danadun, Cowlin, Duskmantle, at your service."
I'm sorry, say that again.
Oh, don't worry, my friends just call me Otto.
I can see why.
Well, where did you come from, Otto? And what do you want
The
with
ring,
us?
see? The ring, I was trapped, and I owe it to this young gentleman. And he, like, starts shaking Onyx's hand again for letting me out.
Holy
Can I have that
Oh.
ring? It was my mother's, and I don't know, actually, if Onyx will give him the ring or not. We hadn't discussed that yet.
I know you said scrawny, but that is skeletal.
We were about to go off to war, young little one. I don't know if this is the best place for you. I'm glad you're free, Yuri says, but you seem a bit small and scrawny to be in a dangerous place like this.
War, you say? War? War is best avoided, but what is the conflict? What do we defend?
There are fanatical gnolls that have taken prisoners. We must free them and drive back these dangerous cultists. Dosha
Does
says.
she, by any chance, mention Candleholm?
She.
Or Dosha? Oh, this was Dosha.
So
you said. Okay. Never mind.
that was Dosha, but if you are looking at her and the soldiers, they have Candleholm insignia on them.
All right. He would grow serious kind of suddenly and kind of go over to Yuri, like kind of peering at her breastplate or her shield or wherever the emblem would be, and he would say, "Of Candleholm, you're of Candleholm."
Aye, we are.
Is it Candleholm you defend? Is Candleholm in danger?
Candleholm is always in danger these days, small one. But how do you know of Candleholm?
I was born there. Candleholm is my home. My parents were founders.
Founders? How old are you?
What year is it?
Oh, what year is it? She says it's 532, I believe, if the calendar keepers are correct.
He scrunches up his face for just like half a second, like and kind of like uses a couple fingers, and he goes, "Oh, oh, well then, I'm. Oh, it's been so long. It's been 132 years in that vessel for me.
Oh my.
I am 197 then, if the year is 532. But my family, you must know some of my family. Um, I, the Dusk Mantles, the Rock Seekers, are how do they fare? Do you know of them? The gnomes of Candleholm.
I'm sorry, little one, but I don't recognize these names. Still, it's not that I know everyone within the town, so perhaps they're in one of the outlying farms, or just not as well known by the leadership these days, or perhaps they left, going to another settlement. I
He
couldn't tell you though.
he looks a little disappointed, but he would kind of refocus and be like, but you say these gnolls, these cultists, they endanger Candleholm.
Unfortunately, they do. They've attacked our farm on several occasions. We mean to drive them back, get them out of this area to make it safe for both ourself and our Nolish allies. Do you think you could help us?
He would kind of look around, like as she talks about ourselves and our allies, and kind of nod at all the kind of faces that are probably watching this exchange, and kind of look like he kind of summons his resolve, and he says, "Yes, yes, I would like to help. I would like to help. I will defend Candle. I owe it to to Onyx's brave companions for freeing me, and certainly I care for the safety of Candle, and I hope to find my people when I am able to return there."
Oh, no offense, small one, but do you have any weapons or any means to fight in a war? You don't seem like the how do I put this gently? The most warlike person.
Um, he would cackle again and like do his little hooting laugh. And let me see. I was gonna like throw a cantrip at the wall, but they all say they have to target a creature. So he'll just say, "I have some tricks up my sleeves. Don't you worry." And Lou, I apologize. I'm trying really hard not to fall into Betha's voice, but this might happen.
She nods and says, "Well, if you have magic, then perhaps you could be of use to us." All right. Well, we cannot do much to defend you. So if you come with us, you will be taking your life into your own hands, and there will be risks. So just be aware of that. I don't want your death on my conscience if you don't have ways to defend yourself.
Madam, I understand your position and I take full responsibility.
She says, "All right, well, welcome to our army then." And she smiles and kind of bends down, giving you a finger to shake.
He shakes it back.
At this point, Ergun walks up and he looks at this little knoll and he says,
Is this one of the artists?
Hmm?
No, he doesn't say that. Never mind. Go ahead. Continue.
He says, "Oh, a gnome. Gnomes are often good, what would the word be? Tidings? Good tidings by the gods. They are good luck." And Dosha says, "They steal your teeth.
That's
They're
fun.
not to be trusted." Haven't you ever heard of the gnome fairy? They take your teeth when you're trying to eat. They suddenly fall out and the gnomes run off with them. And Aragoon says, "That's not true."
He would cackle all the more jovially and just finger the stones around his like throat and like look amused.
Dosha backs off a little, growls.
It sounds like even gnolls and their different tribes have much different stories. I didn't realize you were so different from each other.
Says we have different backgrounds and stories to be certain. I've never heard of gnolls or gnomes stealing teeth. That's a new one for me. And Dosha just shakes his head and growls again. Alright, so with that, Yuri might give a bit of a smile and say, alright everyone, let's continue moving. We must get there by nightfall. I want to make sure everyone is nice and ready for combat. I don't want anyone tired.
So what's the plan? And we don't have to role play that, but like I assume they would fill him in.
Yeah, on the way in, we'll explain. Out of character, do you have the monkey? Is the monkey
No,
on you?
not yet. No, pretend that's not there for one more level.
Damn it.
Ah,
Alright. So the group continues to move across through the caves. As it's getting later in the day, Dosha would say, we approach. We must be cautious. We might want to have our people use stealth to scout out the caves before the armies enter them. As you said, Yuri, if we are seen by a patrol and one of them gets back to the base, all of this careful planning will have been for naught. Yuri nods and she says, well, Dosha, you know the way. Do you think you and some of the mercenaries can maybe scout out the area and make sure it's safe? And she looks to the group.
Yeah, so I can go with Dosha, considering my ability is helpful to be unseen. I believe, I think Anvir said he was semi-stealthy. He could come as well.
I'm not.
Do you have any?
But I also wear very loud armor.
Oh,
Well,
that's correct.
she says, well, we have scouts, but I don't think they're going to be as specialized as any of you. This is very important that we're not seen, so I would say make sure you send your best, because we only have one chance at this. If we are spotted, this will throw the whole plan into disarray.
Probably just Dosha and Soren then.
Say, unless our new gnome friend here has any abilities that can help with that.
Well, I know the rocks very well. I'm rather one with them in some ways, but I haven't exactly studied being sneaky.
Well, it might be best that you stay behind then, Yuri says.
Yeah.
Alright, so who are you sending out to scout these tunnels? I don't have to make a big deal out of it. It's mostly going to be skill checks.
Just
probably
Soren and Dosha.
Dosha then.
Soren and Dosha.
I'd like to cast Bless on Soren and Dosha and Onyx because he was good enough to free me.
So I think
before they head out.
Bless only lasts
Last
1
minute.
hour one. Oh,
Okay.
never mind then. Sorry,
One.
I was thinking that was an hour one, but yeah. Okay, go ahead then. Sorry.
Yeah, I think it's the short one. So it probably
It's
wouldn't
1
be.
minute D4 to attack and saving throws, yeah.
Yeah, it wouldn't actually do anything for skills. All right.
Oh, gotcha.
It's,
okay. I thought they were going into
guidance
danger.
is the skill one,
guidance
right?
is instant. No, guidance is instantaneous, so it only lasts for like 6 seconds, basically.
Well, it's
Oh,
concentration.
no, it's up to a minute.
It's until it's used.
Yeah, so you can hold it on someone for a
It's,
minute.
it's concentration
Sorry,
to a minute.
I was
It's only
thinking there
it's
was
still
one-
only a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking there was something that was an hour, but I must be thinking of something else. But
So
you're fine. Sorry.
There's
about
there's stuff like enhance ability, but that's a
That's
second
what I
level
was
spell.
talking about making him.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about for making Soren better at lying.
Yeah. So yeah, it's most likely you would need an hour spell to help with this. But go ahead. Those
Yeah, that's fine.
if you said you're sending Dosha, I'll roll for him. And Soren, give me a stealth check as you move through the caves. And you do you have normal dark vision or do you have like the big dark vision?
Just the 60.
Okay.
No, I haven't done that yet.
But yeah, so my stealth, not the +2. Thank God I rolled good.
All right.
Just 22. I forgot to take favorite terrain off, and then invisible if they're relying on dark vision.
Yeah. So you are moving through the caves with Dosha very quietly. He's actually moving very quietly as well as he leads you closer to the base. As you get closer, you see there are torches up ahead. Staying in stealth, you would see a patrol kind of moving around the area. So it seems there is kind of a patrol watching these caves, the outer caves of the Knoll base. Dosha kind of curses under his breath. He says, I knew this couldn't be as easy as I thought it was gonna be. He says, what should we do?
Is there...
I don't think we're going to be able to get the army around them.
That's what I was going to say. I don't know. I didn't know if there was another path we could take. Can we kind of see how many in this patrol is? Can we kind of stay here for a minute or two?
Yeah, sure. So you're pretty well hidden. You watch them, and they would pass by where you are. There are about 12 of them.
12 of them?
Yeah.
Let's touch about how far away are we from the fort at this point?
So it looks like they're patrolling kind of the cave on the very outskirts. They're kind of going around the base from the north to the west to the south. If you stay there and watch them for a while, how long? Well, I should say, how long do you want to observe them for?
How far away are we from the group, roughly? Like, how long did it take us to get to this point?
This is about 45 minutes of travel. The group stayed pretty far back.
Oh, yeah, I assume. I was curious. I kind of wanted to gauge how far exactly.
Yeah.
I'd say probably maybe at least like 10-15 minutes. Just kind of gauging their patterns a little, enough to like get exactly their patterns, kind of the timings, whatnot,
All right.
Just to recap what was
I got minimum time it takes for them to do a lap of whatever they're doing, at least, but more if that's relatively short.
All right. Do you want to try to follow them while they're patrolling and see their actual route, or just kind of watch them while you're in safe hiding here?
Have they gone out of our sight at all while they're moving around?
Yeah,
or
so
they kind of like...
So basically they kind of came into the cave a little bit to the north of you, and they're kind of moving south now. So they're going to go out of your sight in a minute.
Into another cave?
Well, following this cave, which looks like it circles the outside of their base.
Got it, okay.
They're pretty far from the base right now, because you think you are still about 10-minute walk from the base itself. So they're patrolling fairly far out from the base proper.
Okay. I would say, yeah, Dosha and I probably would try to follow a little bit to kind of gauge, see how far they're going, see if there might be a window, or possibly, depending on how far they're going, possibly try to lead them back to our group for an ambush.
When you say lead them back, what do you mean?
Is this Dosha asking, or are you asking?
Me asking. Like, how would you lead their patrol back to your group? Your group's like 45 minutes away, so they're pretty far.
I was thinking, try to like make sound to make them come scout, patrol that way towards sounds.
So you might try to reveal yourselves.
To an extent, yeah. I'm not saying that's what we're doing, but I want to follow. I do want to follow a little bit first.
All right. So if you're gonna follow, give me some stealth checks. I'll do Dosha.
Am I with him?
No,
Sorry.
you guys.
Not yet.
You guys hung back. They were scouting out the route to the base, and they found a patrol watching the outskirts.
And did I let Otto out of the ring?
Yes. You have a.
He whooped
see.
and hollered
can-
and danced
you
around
can-
and shook your hand a lot.
You can review that footage on the Twitch video later if you want. It was actually quite entertaining.
Cool.
All right. So yeah, give me a
Um,
stealth check as you attempt to.
Not great, but I'm invisible as long because I'm staying out of torchlight. No
Alright.
torchlight for me.
So if
100%
that-
out of torchlight.
Okay, so then you would be very far away, making you harder to see. Not necessarily here though.
Yeah, that's. We're quickly backtracking if they seem like they hear me and turn towards us.
All right. So as you're following them, one of them does stop and kind of look back. Give me another stealth check. And he kind of starts growling and sniffing the air a little. Dosha curses
I will-
under his breath.
Yeah, I will. When he looks at me, I'll try to be as still as I can and try to not make noise.
Well, he didn't necessarily see you. You think he may have heard,
Yes.
heard you.
But-
So
Yeah, that's
he
knowing what I know how my stealth works. I'm gonna if he seems like he heard me, I'm gonna stand completely still.
he says something, and the patrol stops. A couple of them kind of move back in the direction where they thought they saw you. But luckily, you and Dosha do a good job of hiding, and they don't go too close, kind of just looking back in the caves, and then he just kind of shrugs, and they keep going. So you follow them for a while. I'll say maybe 20 minutes or so pass as you're tailing this group. And it does seem like they're doing a patrol that kind of covers the western side of the base, north to south, back and forth. They never get too close to the base, so they're kind of watching the outer caves. Not like the caves right next to the base. That's the information
Okay.
you've gathered so far. It's been about, like I said, 20 minutes of following them, mostly staying out of sight.
And we haven't done a complete. Have we done a complete circle, or multiple complete circles?
Yeah, well, you've done probably one patrol route. So they went kind of from the north, like I said, kind of down around the base to the south, and then they started going back again.
So
almost
half
like-
circle
the,
patrol.
on like the western side. you
yeah,
said.
kind of half circle, watching the western caves near the base.
Got it.
So based on what he saw, you could probably presume that there's probably another patrol on the other side doing it opposite.
could be.
Well, let's say that's what I'm saying. There's Alice Dosha's if there's an easy way to get to maybe like the eastern side of the caves, possibly check that, see if that's more clear.
He says, we could try to circle around, but I would guess they have a patrol over there as well. I think, though, if we can take out this patrol, we could just avoid that one, as long as we don't take too long after doing so. Not you and me, but perhaps we could get your friends and try to set an ambush along their patrol route.
I'm gonna say yes. I think that's gonna be. I think that to be the best plan. So
He says,
once we
it's-
figured out, got a good lap of their control or their patrol, how they're going, we'll probably start heading back while we discuss this.
All right, so you begin heading back. I won't make you roll stealth again. I just say you watched them and waited till they left. All right,
They're
so
on the
you would,
opposite side.
yeah. So you get back to where Yuri and the rest of the army is, and I assume you let her know what's happening. So she would
No,
nod and say, well, it's going to be tricky getting our forces past the patrol. I don't think we want to attack them with our army, because then several of them could get away and warn the base. I agree with Dosha's assessment. Maybe a smaller strike force goes in and takes them out. And once they are taken out, we quickly move in and execute the plan before the base realizes what happened.
So yes, I think
My
that's the
only
best way.
concern is it could be loud, and it's not that far away from the base, is it?
Dosha says it's about 10 minutes. I don't think they'll hear it. It's pretty far
But
still.
yeah.
Oh, 10 minutes.
That's not-
okay.
yeah, that
So
sounds
a little
shouldn't-
bit.
Travel.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
It doesn't seem like they were going right up to the base. At least not not in the middle of their patrol. If we hit them, Dosha says, kind of while they're on the western side, they were the farthest away.
Yeah, we could set up our ambush there.
Yuri says,
All right,
I think
should
it's
we
a
head
good
out?
plan. We will wait here then, and she looks to Sora and she says, I guess choose who you wish to bring with you, but the fewer you bring, the better.
I would say definitely all of us.
Yeah.
And then I would say maybe I think if we're gonna spare any of your men, Dosha, I think you should come as well. I'll ask the Blood Claw leader name is blanking me. I'll ask him if he has any skilled Urgoon. See it right there.
Urgoon.
I'll ask Urgoon if he has any stealthily skilled people in his midst that might be willing to come as well. Good at ambushing.
He says, we do have scouts, but I fear that bringing more people could make it harder for you to ambush.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So us plus Dosha's 6. Yeah, so I was thinking maybe 1 to 2 more at most. I didn't know if they had any
How many were
overly
in the patrol?
specialized stealth.
He says, no,
About 12.
we have hunters, but none that specialize in stealthing. My scouts, I did not bring to the battle because I didn't think they would be of use.
Understandable.
Fair. Maybe just
yeah,
the
I was-
6.
I would say probably. We've traveled along, but can I gauge on what type of gnolls was in the patrol? So we were following them for that whole time.
Give me a perception check. Let's see what you remember seeing.
16.
16. So you think there were a couple of hunters, the range specialists. It looked like there was a fanatic leading them, and you think it was mostly
Okay.
soldiers other than that.
So for
Maybe the
specialized,
hunters.
mostly a fanatic and a couple hunters.
Yeah. That's their
Okay.
biggest troops.
Oh. Okay, that's not too bad. So okay, I would say probably the 6 of us. I think actually should be. I think should be able to
Although
do it, especially
having a
if we get good
fanatic
jump.
with us might be good now that. Oh wait, is Faustus still with us?
No.
Yes, but he's
he
kind
is?
of in the background. Yeah, he said he was
Yeah,
going
we're
to
not
leave
using
after
it.
the battle. So he's helping you fight the war, but more from the background, not
Okay.
really as a...
Yeah, not as a.
Okay, so I wasn't sure if we'd be able to use him for this as well.
He's reinforcing your back line.
That works. That's fine. Having the fanatic follow us might not be the worst. Have someone up front because literally
We don't
all
have
of
a
us are
fanatic.
casters.
That was the patrol.
Oh, the patrol. I
The
thought.
patrol.
Sorry.
That was.
I
Yeah,
thought
you don't-
that
you-
was my misunderstanding.
You don't have any fanatics in your null group. That would kind of defeat the purpose of fighting the
understood.
fanatics.
Yeah, no.
You're...
Now I say it, it makes sense.
The
but-
Blood Claw have a couple of hunters and all soldiers. They don't have any real specialized troops.
Sorry, yeah,
Okay,
I missed.
yes.
I just missed the transfer where we were talking about the 2 groups. That was all. I thought we were still talking about the blood claws. That was
Yeah.
my problem.
No worries.
You're good. Let's see. Yeah, probably just the 6 of us. I think should be good, especially if we get the jump.
All right, so you get your troops together and get ready to head over. Question: do we need a quick break? Because we're a little bit, I think, past the halfway point.
I would like to go use the bathroom, but I don't need too long.
Let's no, that's okay. Let's do like a 5-minute meet back here around like 7:23ish.
Yeah, it's easy.
All right, I'll see you all in 5. Apparently, I got some people watching. Someone's telling me I should TPK you all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Probably true. It's probably true. We deserve it.
You do deserve it.
Let's face it, you wanted to T-Pate. You wanted to kill my character the second you heard Twilight Cleric.
Oh, I don't want to kill anyone. It's the people in the world who want to kill you all. I'm just telling the story about it. I have no opinion of who should live and die whatsoever. I'm simply the storyteller.
I like that way of looking at DMs. Because I've seen some of those like D&D horror stories where you can tell the DM just wants their story to be told.
I am, what's the word? I want to say careless isn't right. Or uncaring deity of something. I don't know.
Indifferent?
A lax deity?
Like you're
Maybe
not like on any
indifferent.
side?
Exactly. I'm on no one's
There's
side.
probably a better word.
Yeah.
Neutral.
There's a
You're a neutral god.
an uncaring god or whatever the term is. Impartial.
There you go.
Impartial's a good one, yeah. Oh no, I love reading those D&D horror stories because it makes me feel lucky that I have come across none of these kinds of people.
Yeah, I haven't had too many D&D horror stories. I mean, I've had some problem players in the past, but I wouldn't say they were horror stories.
Yeah. Oh no, the number one that seems to come up the most are the people who... Well, the two ones that seem to come up the most are the people who suffer from main character syndrome and the people who just want to role play all their weird stuff in the game.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of a problem with younger players a lot of the times. Or, I don't think I've had that problem much with, like, the paying customer players.
Yeah. It definitely seems to be with the people who are playing with just, like, more random people just to play a game where that kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, some of them are just like, why are people like this sometimes?
I got one subscriber. It was Lindolin. That was Trey who subscribed yesterday.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yep,
Thanks, Trey. Smash that like button.
That's right.
Forever.
I discovered I'd been paying a subscription for something that I hadn't used for like 6 months, and I was like, "Hey, it's $5.99. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to put it to something I will use." So
Was that a Twitch subscription kind of thing?
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you get it for free with Amazon Prime because I have.
you
that
get
too.
one for free. You get one for free with Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Well, in
Each
that
one.
case,
Yeah.
do I have to like link my accounts, my Amazon and Twitch accounts somehow?
I actually had to Google how to do it.
Yeah,
to be
there's
able to do that.
there's a way you can do it.
I
Like
fixed-
mine is linked, and I actually have a subscription
I'll look it up later.
that I've never used. But yeah, you get like one for free if you're a Twitch and an Amazon Prime person. So,
But you have to renew it every month. Don't forget that.
which I do because
Oh, really?
I use Amazon
Yeah, you
Prime.
have to...
Or
Oh
what-
no, the subscription you have to do
You
every
mean
month.
renew the subscription? You mean?
Yeah, you have
So
to
it's not
renew
like-
the Twitch
it's not like-
subscription every month.
So it's not like Patreon where it's like permanent until you turn it off. It's like something you have to go in
Yeah,
and like
so
kind of like
subscribe
promote
to-
your favorites.
I thought
regularly.
as long
Only, I
as
think
I thought as long as you were a Prime member, you just have that if it's linked.
no. I think no.
Prime,
I
you
think
get
with the
one
Prime one,
free every month.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You get one free every month.
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but like,
But still,
So
if
you
you
do
bought
have
it
to
and you're
renew
not
it.
using it, you might as well give it to a creator.
Yeah,
Right.
which I have been really
Yeah,
bad
'cause
about
that's-
doing. I never gave mine out to anyone. I don't think.
Shame on you.
yeah,
Shame on me.
the thing about like how Twitch does their subscriptions is you literally pay to subscribe per month, and then that money goes to the creator, which I like, but it's also
How
kind of weird.
Patreon works. I support a lot of like
Yeah,
physical
yeah,
artists,
I
not so
guess.
much digital artists on Patreon. So
Yeah, I don't dislike Patreon. Patreon's like got some good stuff, but it's also got some just stupid stuff.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. Like
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that's true of pretty much any platform like that.
Yeah, they take
Oh
a
yeah,
cut
like
no matter what
GoFundMe
platform
and
it
stuff
is.
like that.
You know, they're making money too.
Yeah. They've got to. They got to make some money.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even that. It's just you see the weirdest like reasons people are trying to get the money and stuff like that. Like, oh, I remember like GoFundMe was the worst one. I remember there was a guy who had a GoFundMe to make his first potato salad.
His
He
first
raised
what?
over
Okay, all right. Okay,
Potato
I
salad.
gotta give him. I would not contribute, but I
I'm sure
would.
someone
I mean,
did.
I don't hate it. I don't hate him. Like he
He
decided, hey, let's stay here.
Well,
$10.
I mean, in the U.S.,
Respect.
people use like GoFundmes to like fund their medical bills. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the people I
Yep.
support on Patreon are actually musicians, artists, and entertainers that I know from some of the fairs and festivals I work. Some of them are not local; they travel the country, but they work some of the fairs that I work, and especially during pandemic, I subscribe to a lot of them. So that's I think what Patreon has been nice for. But also, when I want to actually make a purchase from them, I will go to them directly instead of doing it via Patreon or Etsy, because then I know they get all the money and there's no cut taken.
All right.
Yeah.
Are
So I
we
just
all?
checked it.
Are we all back?
I think so. Yeah. I double
Yeah, I
checked
believe
it.
so.
That guy who wanted to make the potato salad, he made like over $100,000 in GoFundMe
What?
for a potato salad.
All right. Well, that's
Nice.
Absurd.
I don't believe
That's
you.
what
I'm
I'm
gonna call BS on you.
Google.
I think you're
I
lying.
believe
Was it a
them.
really maybe
How
it
would you
was
make-
a really
This is
really
ridiculous.
was it a really well written, really entertaining
Yeah,
like
that's the only
post?
thing. Like,
Maybe
he would have had to gone viral for that to happen. Like, maybe
Right.
something happened where I was like, "Oh, this is funny. Let me give him like." Everyone gives him $10.
That's exactly what happened.
That's silly.
It became a
Good,
meme
good.
to give up.
Ugh.
Yeah, to be fair, I've just looked it up. Apparently, a bunch of people were just giving him money and then refunding it. But his final raised amount of money was $55,492.
That's still ridiculous.
Well, he doesn't regret it. You know.
So you're,
Hey, it's
so what you're
ridiculous.
saying is I have to turn my D&D game into a meme and then GoFundMe to get
Yes.
apparently a bunch of money. All right, I'll keep that in mind. All right, so we're all back.
Yep.
All right, so the group is going to try to get into position to ambush this patrol. Yuri would say
Oh
before
wait,
you leave.
actually, his friend's not here.
Oh, are we missing someone?
He said to go ahead.
Who?
Soren's not here, but he said
Oh,
to
Soren.
go
I'm
ahead
back.
him.
I just got back.
Wait, no, he's back now. He just got back.
All right. So
Hey.
Yuri, go ahead, Soren. Were you saying something?
No, I was saying I just got back.
So Yuri says, just be very careful. If you are discovered, do not let any of them escape. If any of them get away to warn the base, this will all be for nothing, and we'll just have to go with the assault, which is not ideal.
No, and at that point, we would definitely have to send someone back to Crap Calathar. If there's even time for that. I don't think. Maybe not.
Yeah, there might not be time. All right. Yeah, she says we wouldn't have time to do that. We would just have to attack. So the group is gonna try to get into position to ambush. Does anyone need light, or are you all dark vision people?
Pink Onyx.
I'll
maybe?
have some light,
This,
but I have
think,
I have a light rock.
Okay.
I was
I can
also
put it in
thinking. Once we're
Sorry.
we can do that while not to interrupt. I was thinking we can do that for a good majority of the 45ish minutes that it takes, but like once we're close, this is a good reason for dark vision because this was not in the plan originally.
Oh, for Anvir
Yeah.
to give him dark vision.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So that way,
Although
but obviously for the ambush, we don't want any light, and people are gonna need to see.
So, well, the thing is,
And we're
I
going
can
straight
do it twice
to-
in a day. It just will take, just one of my first spears of battle.
Yeah, which we may need to do, but this is a good use for the free one that you can do.
All right, so you should see
Yeah.
blank
So you
screen right
reckon
now.
do the free one in a moment? Yeah.
Are you going to give the dark vision to him on the approach, or like once you're there? Like, are you approaching with the light stone, or are you going to approach in darkness?
I will wait for Soren's cue to when he reckons.
I would think
we're too
once
close
we're
for light.
like 5 to 10 minutes away, we probably should put out the light and get the dark vision. Because we won't know exactly where the patrol is at the moment.
Before we reach, let's just say this: I'll ask Soren to let me know before we reach like the last turn to where we would be open space,
All right.
and then I'll do it.
Fair enough. So I'm going to be bringing you onto the battlefield. You should see yourselves appear in a moment over here.
And it's just so I kind of can remember this. It's
Oh, Eldwin,
I don't
do you
need
not
access
have dark
to-
vision?
Not on basis.
Yeah,
I have to get it
He
from.
doesn't have it either.
All right. So are you giving both of them the dark vision on the approach?
That's what I
would
was
say,
about to
yeah.
discuss. I think in general it
Okay.
goes to Eldwin, Onyx, as they don't have dark vision.
I can give it to all 4 of the PCs.
Oh, right.
Because I have
There-
a default and my wisdom modifier is +4 now, so I can give it to 4 people.
All right.
I also still, just as FYI, I currently still have ability to control Onmir.
All right. Well, that's fine. Just don't do that.
I'm just fair, no letting you know.
Yeah. I can.
Okay.
Here, I can take that off.
We
That's
didn't
fine.
almost kill you last week on here. I
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah, you
I made
did.
one
Soren
boo-boo,
already
but it's
told me I
fine.
went down. Don't lie to me.
You totally almost killed him. What are you talking about?
I made one boo boo. It could have been very bad, but it's fine.
They tried to kill you on
Oh,
here.
yeah.
I made sure
It-
they didn't, though. Don't worry.
Hey, he's alive. That's all that
Taking all the
matters.
credit.
He's not dead. He's not
What
dead.
did you do to my character?
I did my job. He's not dead.
Yep.
Look, it's fine. We're all alive.
All right. So I
Don't need to
gave.
talk about it.
My foot left.
I gave Eldwin the dark vision. Let's see, Onyx, and
All the PCs.
Odo and Soren. Oh yeah, I guess there's only 5 of you this week. All right.
Yep.
So you kind of go from person to person, touching them, instilling them with dark vision, and you can all see the cave much better now. You believe the patrol is going to pass in the turn up ahead, though you don't know where it is right now exactly. What do you want to do?
You said the total lap is about roughly 20 to 30 minutes for the patrol. Was that accurate? We said we
no,
were
it
following
was-
for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, so the total lap was probably closer to like half an hour, 45 minutes. You followed them through like 75% of their lap. You just knew where they were going.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. You said roughly about 20 minutes we were following, so I knew couldn't be too much longer than that.
Yeah.
And you said they're gonna pass past.
So they're going to pass like this. Basically, they kind of come up this way. Can you see my arrow?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So they come up here. How do I put a waypoint? All right, so they come up
Just make
here,
like
then they go this way, or they're going to come down this way and go this way. That's the way they walk. So they're not going to come into the
So-
cave you're in right now. It would be
Got it. Okay, so up, down, but through this middle section.
Yeah.
Always.
through that
So we
middle
could
section.
potentially stage. We could potentially stage like up here. For those of us who want to stay back line, and then the front lines maybe just try to stealth or hide among some of the cover,
Well, we got a clamp. So yes, but I have the other half on the other side, and possibly
Okay.
maybe
So yeah,
Definitely, because there's, at least from what I can see here, we can move up a little bit because we should have a little bit of time. Yeah, there's places we can definitely hide some people.
You don't
on the
know
other
where the
side as
patrol
well.
is at right now. It could be anywhere from like they're gonna get here momentarily to they're like an hour away.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't know how
Yeah.
much time we have to get in place. So.
That's why, so we want to get in place as soon as possible. But yes, I think we definitely should just split into half, and including Dosha. We have Dosha here. I'm not forgetting about Dosha this time.
Yeah, I was gonna keep Dosha in the background.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have brought him if he wasn't willing to fight, to be honest. I was assuming he was going to help a little bit.
Fine,
And it could just be as a ranged combatant. And
how about
retreat, but
maybe Falsus? Does someone want to play Falsus for this?
I can play him.
All right, let's just say Falsus came with you.
Okay, I was planning
to
to
give
be
someone Dosha's sheet.
fair. I was
I don't wanna
considering
run
having
Dosha.
a 6. I was having a in my head I was having a 6 combatant on our side,
Here you go.
So was I.
Falsus.
assuming I didn't actually. Dosha has not fought in the last combats. Yeah, Dosha hasn't fought in the other combats, but I was just assuming that was because we forgot every time.
And also because
I've more just been wanting to
We
keep
did,
him in the
like-
background.
No, that's fair.
We had Ellen make shots from the background. We had James attack,
Alright,
although
so
we almost killed
Soren-
him.
Soren's playing Dosha.
James.
Alright, Soren, you will have control of Dosha.
Dosha,
Falsus.
Or sorry, Falsus, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
Is there enough room here, Lou, for me to be hidden?
Yeah, anyone can use that
Okay.
as a cover to hide.
Okay,
Uh,
I'll say.
Would I be hidden where I'm standing?
Yeah, I mean, it would require a roll to hide, but you can use that to try to
I'm
hide.
assuming we're all gonna roll the hide.
Yeah, and I will take, since you have time to
No.
set up, I'll take the top 3. Well, no, actually, they're going to be in close, so I would have to get rolls from everyone.
Would that be stealth?
Yeah, that would be stealth checks from the group.
Okay, I'm gonna set up on this side.
Yeah, that's that. Ugh.
I think at least one more of you, I think,
Ooh,
should probably also be on this side, because I'm gonna have
Bunny is obvious.
Falsus here as well.
Alright, Falsus and you are going to be over there.
The bunny thinks he's hidden, but his eyes are glowing.
Yeah, actually, this is probably
Totally
the
see
two of us over here.
He's behind a rock, but the ears are poking out.
Yeah, the ears are poking out over a rock. Yep.
Let me open Falsus' character sheet.
Because honestly, let's face it, if it was just the glowing eyes in the dark, that'd be terrifying.
They would run away.
Death Bunny.
Just nope.
Alright, so are those the positions? Is everyone where they want to be?
Yeah.
Alright.
They are seeing us.
Yeah. Then I'm going to.
Well, sorry,
Here
that's made a roll yet.
is-
That'll help.
I'll tell you what,
Myself.
I'll let you all roll as they come in, so it's more of a mystery to see if you're noticed or not.
Oh, fun.
I'll even give you another set of rolls. Alright, so...
Like first roll.
Too
You are a
bad.
kind god.
Too bad. I heard whining, so now it's the second roll. Aha.
Because honestly, most of them weren't terrible. There were a couple bad ones though.
It was 9, 11, a natural 1 from the bunny,
That bunny is gonna be seen.
a 6. Unless
No,
you
no,
have
that's a
advantage,
17, not a 6.
Never mind.
Yep.
Alright. So you've been here about 5 minutes or so. You're all in position waiting when you see lights and hear movement coming from the north. And there would be some torches. Let me put those out as well. Yeah, it looks like they are traveling with light. Which makes sense, because they don't want the creepy Underdark to make them go insane. So, you would see in the front, coming through, there's
Oh, by the way, I want to give myself my vigilant blessing, so I have advantage on initiative.
That's fine. So yeah, you see the cultist in front. Behind him, there are some Knoll soldiers. 2, 3, 4. Coming down this way. And a couple of them have torches as well. 2, 3, 4, 6. Looks like there are the 2 hunters behind them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 3 more behind them. So as they're coming down this way, let's go in order. Soren, give me a stealth roll. And I'll give you guys advantage because you had time to set up. 15, alright.
Would that make me just a straight roll? Because I would normally have disadvantage.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So next, give me Falsus's roll. Again with advantage. Although I think Falsus does have heavy armor, so it would be a wash.
He does.
He does, yeah.
He wearing his chainmail, I believe.
Flinky, flinky.
11. Let's see. As they're looking around. No, those guys didn't notice. Oh, wow. Those guys did not notice either.
There was a convenient dripping echoing around the cave in that moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know it was gonna be. As they get a little bit closer with Soren stealth, can he slowly move back a couple steps as well? I don't know if that would affect anything,
so
or if I have to stay still, that's fine.
If you move, then you would have to give me another check. But if you are standing still, then you would just keep what you have.
Okay, I'll keep still then for now. That's fine.
All right. Sorry, just checking some passive perceptions of them. Oh, okay. So these guys are coming down this way. So far, the group has been unnoticed. And give me a check, Eldwin. Eldwin, Onyx, and Bunny. Again at advantage. Oh, Eldwin is well hidden. Oh, Onyx is well hidden as well.
And here's where it all falls apart.
Oh, what the heck is it?
Oh, it doesn't fall apart.
Bunny's learning from us.
The bunny has learned he is stealthy.
Yours go down.
Yeah.
Alright, so these guys get to here as they're kind of moving past when suddenly this guy yells out at Falsus, and let me get those initiative rolls because they do have a higher passive.
I mean, if I'm gonna have a crappy roll, I guess. Oh, shite! Look at those rolls.
Yeah, I'm glad. Oh god.
Where is me?
And you even used your advantage on yourself, didn't you? Oh,
Oh my goodness.
Soren's ready.
Oh wait,
Eldwin's ready.
never mind on Hassan. He goes on my initiative. I forgot.
Alright, you want me to just delete Hassan?
It's been a while. Yeah,
Alright.
sorry.
Alright, so
Mediocre
the
roll.
Knolls are not surprised, unfortunately, as combat ensues. Soren, you are the first to act. What do you want to do? It doesn't look like they've seen you yet, so you are still invisible to them. Because there is light
They
on
still
you right
have
now. You're not invisible because of the dark vision, because the guy's in back.
They just haven't.
Yeah,
seen me.
you're just well hidden in the rocks, basically.
But they saw
Yeah.
Falsus, is that what happened?
Yes, Falsus was
Yeah.
spotted.
Okay.
Which kind of my bad, but also even if he was farther back, probably wouldn't have been seen. He's not great at stealth.
No, he is not.
I don't even see Felsus.
He's curious.
He's around the rock.
Stealthy.
Yeah,
Ah.
he's sneaky.
Yeah, so I guess the first thing I'm gonna do, I didn't mean to link that.
Zephyr Strike?
Didn't mean to link that. That was a misclick.
Oh, alright.
Sorry. I'm going to. They haven't seen me yet, so I don't.
So if you move out of your hiding place, you will reveal yourself.
Can I choose to roll another stealth
Uh,
as well to see if they don't see me? Because if I move far enough back to go out of the light.
So I think if you want to move while stealthing, you can, but that would take an action to use the stealth action.
Got it.
Unless
So I
you
guess
have
with
the
how
rogue
my-
ability that lets you do stealth as a bonus.
Got it. Okay. I guess with how my umbral sight works, if I move far, what happens if I move far enough to be out of the torchlight? Because then I'm in dark. They're relying on their dark vision.
Yeah, so then they would not see you.
Got
So
it.
you'd
Okay,
be
so-
invisible.
okay. They would have seen. They basically would have seen where I came from.
Yeah.
Is kind of how it would be. Okay. Which. That is fine.
Alright, so you backing up?
So yeah, I'm going to.
As
Back
terrible as
up
our rolls
30
were, the
feet.
Knolls are going last.
Yeah, luckily, and this actually is just cover, it's not concealment. You can see past it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna back up 30 feet, and then I'm gonna. Well, I'm gonna bonus action Zephyr Strike.
Okay. So you chant as you feel yourself moving quicker, affected by the magics of Zephyr Strike.
I should.
You are
have-
concentrating, and that is a
Strike,
1-minute
huh?
timer,
Yes.
which you can
I
use the
forgot that actually
stopwatch to do.
I forgot that actually is a concentrating spell. The stopwatch? I thought it was a color orb.
I changed it. Well, you can use the color, but the stopwatch is also usable. It's the timer now.
The yellow.
There it is.
Oh,
okay,
no.
and then I'm going to.
Never
I can't see the fanatic anymore with these hunters and rangers. I'm gonna take a shot with the Zephyr Strike at the farther hunter.
Alright, so he does have cover, but you ignore it, I believe.
Yeah, I have sharpshooter.
Okay. So he has, or you have advantage to the attack. Go ahead, give me a shot.
So 21.
Alright, 21 would be enough, and he is struck by your arrow.
There is the Zephyr Strike damage, and then there is the arrow damage. Low roll.
So he takes 10 points of damage as an arrow grazes him. Does not look wounded yet.
And then I'm going to move another. Is this square difficult terrain? It's like half one.
No, you're okay there.
So 5, 10, 20, 30. I'm going to move another 30 just a little farther back.
Alright, using Zephyr Strike, you dash back even farther. Eldwin, what are you doing? There's a bunch of yelling back here as the gnolls are. It's like someone shot one of them. You don't think they've seen you yet.
Oh, they haven't seen yet?
They haven't seen you yet. You're still stealthed.
Oh, okay. Okay. In that case,
I never did do my stealth roll. Did you want me to do that now?
Yeah, sure. Give me a stealth roll. You can mark it somewhere.
18.
In that case, I'm going to firebolt this hunter back here.
Alright, so the one that was struck already?
Yeah.
Alright, so you take aim
Uh,
from the shadows, casting Firebolt, and that would be at advantage, because he did not see you just yet.
Just like that.
21 would strike, burning him for 7 fire damage. And he is looking scorched and wounded. And there's some more yelling as everyone sees you now. And a bunch of the gnolls turn towards you with their bows.
So that then I will hold on. Make sure I got the.
One of them yells, "Ambush!" in Gnoll. And they all start rushing in different directions. Anything else?
So I'll go 10 feet, and then here, just so that they can't. Or, can I move one more? Because if I can't, I will. Or no. Yep, I'll stay there,
Okay.
and that'll be the end of my turn.
So you move up, engaging him. You're not currently marked as having weapons or shield on you. Is that true?
Yeah, because I use firebolt, so I don't.
You can
Okay.
draw one now.
Yeah, do you want to draw a weapon
yeah,
at
I
least, so you threaten?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because you use just a rapier, so you can just hold your rapier and then have your other hands first.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Alright, so you draw your rapier. The Gnoll Hunters go
I also
next.
forget to do that so often. I'm not used to doing that.
So that guy did not like getting shot. He would say... what's he gonna say? He says, "Don't let him escape." And he is gonna take aim at Eldwin, who just shot him. Moving back this way. 10 feet, 15 feet, getting into cover and firing down at you twice. Pew pew. First shot. That would strike, unless you got something.
I'll take it.
Alright, so the arrow strikes you, doing 7 piercing damage, and you are affected by a speed reduction. You move 10 feet less until the end of his next turn. The creature takes a second shot at you. Oh, natural 1 as it flies down the hallway here. It curses. This one here is kind of looking confused as he seemingly saw Soren just vanish. He will look around, seeing only Eldwin right now. Soren backed off a bunch. So I think he's going to fire at Eldwin.
He technically sees Falsus too, but I don't know if he's...
Yeah, but Falsus
interested
is
in
under a
firing
bunch
Falsus.
of cover right now.
Yeah, that's it.
He's under moderate cover, and he sees the gnolls rushing at Falsus, so he's going to fire at the guy who he saw had ranged. So he's going to move back this way, taking cover, and take a shot at Eldwin.
Would have...
Luckily, Eldwin is missed with the first shot. Oh, and missed with the second. So the gnolls provide some cover, and the 2 arrows miss. That would be it for the gnoll hunter. Falsus, what do you want to do? You see a bunch of gnolls rushing at you.
Falsus is going to... Obviously, you can't run.
Wait, did I not roll for the fanatic?
I don't
I didn't see him.
Unless
I just
you...
saw-
Let me try.
the
I may not have had his token thing selected. I'll roll again. Oh, apparently he's torched. No, let me do that again. There it is. Alright, sorry, what are you doing, Falsus? I'll put him here.
So are like all the little, like, I guess how many are kind of run towards Falsus now that Eldwin's revealed himself as well?
So the ones in the back are running towards Falsus, the ones in the front are running towards Eldwin, as those are the only two obvious targets right now.
Okay, so
some of them
these
might be running
ones-
towards you, too, because they saw you dash off into the shadows.
Got it, yeah. So these, like, these, it's kind of like basically split, like these ones are running this way, these ones are running this way.
Yeah, so the back 5
Kinda.
are going towards Falsus, and the front 5 are going towards Eldwin.
Oh, right, I can't see the other few that are down here. But these, okay, these ones are coming. So... Falsus... Heavy armor doesn't restrict movement in any way in 5e
Except
like it
for,
does in 3.5, right?
just stealth.
No, it doesn't
As long
restrict
as you have the
movement.
strength.
Oh.
As long as you have the
Yeah,
strength
got it,
for
okay.
it. Yeah.
My audience is saying to send Tiamat after you.
No, thank you. I'm good.
Alright, so yeah, what are you doing,
I mean,
Falsus? You're
we're
out of time.
4. Come on.
Yeah, sorry. That is... Okay, yeah, because where I'm at difficult terrain. Falsus is just gonna kind of move a little bit closer, kind of like right here-ish. This still would be cover, right? If I'm standing on the square.
Yes, light cover. Or, light cover.
Would these rocks be the same?
If you got behind them, yeah, those would also be light cover.
Got it, okay.
Most
So
cover is
here
light cover, unless you're like behind a 4-foot wall or something, or 5-foot wall.
Yeah. No, you got it. So Falsus is going to kind of like stand here and bonus action, Shield of Faith on himself.
Alright, so he
Link
begins
that.
chanting, summoning divine energies as he becomes harder to hit and starts concentrating.
And then he will take the
Dodge action.
I'm blanking. Yes, thank you.
Alright.
Dodge action, just wait for them to come up.
So the dodge is the shield with lightning bolts.
Oh, I may have already put that. What's is the holding a shield? Oh, that one. Okay, sorry.
Broken shield.
Yeah, there it
They
is.
both kind of have lightning bolts, but one
Okay,
has them.
and
like,
also I've
below and
set
one
the
has
dodge
them through it.
action to go away after a round, so it should go off by itself. You
Nice.
don't have to take it off anymore. Alright, so that's it for Falsus. Onyx, you are still hidden as there's a bunch of shouting and the gnolls begin to rush at your allies.
Right, and seeing Eldon out there by himself, I'm gonna run the other direction. No, I'm not feeling good about that. So I will emerge from my hiding place and 15, 20, 30. Unfortunately, I can't get all the way there, but what I can do is cast Lightning Lure at this one. Oh, and before I went, I told Hassan to come up and help Eldwin and me.
Alright.
I'll cast Lightning Lure on this one.
So you chant as you cast your spell, throwing a bunch of lightning at that one, which wraps around him as you yank, and let's see if he can make his strength save. Oh, he just made it, exactly. So he is not pulled as you yank at him and does not move. He stands firm with his bow out. They all had their bows out. So I'll mark them as such.
All right. With 40 feet of movement, Hassan can get in between Eldwin and me.
Let's see. 25, 35, yep. So he would...
And since I didn't give him any other orders, he'll be dodging.
Alright, so go ahead and mark him as dodging. Alright, that is it for him. The Fang growls as he steps forward, unnatural strength coursing from him, and he is going to try to punch Eldwin.
Hassan will give him disadvantage.
Alright, so Hassan spends his reaction. Oh, and also spending a reaction should go away automatically now too. I think for those of you who have are on the initiative turn.
You know what?
Anyway.
I can't. He can't. The enemy has to be within 5 feet of him, not the target.
Alright.
I always forget that.
So he's gonna.
I appear to be at the bottom of the turn order, even though I should be going next.
Perhaps you rolled after I sorted. I'll move you up.
Oh.
So he takes a claw swipe at you, which would hit unless you got something.
I'll shield.
Alright, so you spend your reaction throwing your hand up as a force field deflects the first punch. He yells Caster and Knoll, swinging a second time. Inago take you. Oh wait, no, that's a Knoll. Where's the Fang? Here he is. Second claw swipe once again bounces off the shield, at which point he lunges at you, trying to bite you. And the shield protects you again. There we go. Good shield. That's it for the Fang. Anvir, what do you want to do?
After doing some careful measuring, as I love to do, I'm going to move up.
Alright.
To here. Oh god, I see a lot of people now!
The hallway is filled with a bunch of gnolls who are rushing at Eldwin and Onyx now.
And I'm gonna drop a fairy fire.
Alright, go ahead and place the AoE where you want it. Right here.
Yep.
Alright, so link the spell as you begin to chant, a dim glow appearing over the area. The gnolls see the spell activating and will try to dodge it, so 3 saving throws. Well, 2 from the gnolls, 1 from the Fang. Dex saves. Alright, so
I moved that one higher and the other guy as well.
the 2 gnolls would fail, so they are both illuminated by the effect of fairy fire. And the third gnoll, the Fang, is a little bit better of a dex save. He would make it, so he is unaffected. Go ahead and put a concentration and 1-minute timer on that, as those 2 are now outlined by a dim light. Actually,
And that will be my turn.
alright, so your turn ends. Otto, what do you want to do?
Otto would like to dart down here to this set of cover in order to get. No, let me see here. No. He's trying to get within 30 feet of Eldwin. So, yeah, so I guess he's not going to be in cover.
Yeah.
Check that again here. Yeah, that's right. And then that's right. Okay. And then he is going to clutch the etched metal cuff on his left arm and seem to concentrate kind of for a second and use an ability. Need to link it here. Boop. And he is going to use this on both Onyx and Eldwin. So you guys have a mini bless on you.
Alright, so Onyx and Eldwin, you can D4 one of your rolls each turn.
And
Everyone else did not expect peace cleric.
Double clerics! Double Tasha clerics!
Well, she's not exactly a peace cleric. Miri
Well,
never
she-
goes with just one class.
right. Well, I always explain it in my backstory, though. So I will, as my bonus action, I think I'm gonna go ahead and cast a hex. I'll put it out here on someone who isn't under any cover. So we're gonna go with this guy,
Alright, so you chant.
and that means I'm concentrating.
Yeah. So you
And that
chant
is all I got.
summoning. I need the link for that hex.
Yep. Let me post it. Just a second.
So you chant,
Okay.
bringing down eldritch energies upon this creature as you begin concentrating to hold the magics to him. That's it for Odo. And the
Otto.
gnolls go. Sorry, Otto.
You need to
You're fine.
technically choose an ability for your hex.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do like strength or dex or something.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys might impose on him. Otto doesn't know what you
Well,
guys might impose
it's
on
only
him
ability
yet,
checks,
so-
not saving
yeah,
throws.
dex is usually a good one because athletics.
Oh
and
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I was assuming he might
One of the
choose
best
Dex
ones.
because he figures that's something they might be good at, so he wants to impede it. So yeah, let's go with Dex.
So this one drops his bow, pulling out a spear, which he wields two-handed. He is going to move around this way and be very confused by this large bunny creature. But I think he's going to attack Onyx because he seems to be commanding the bunny creature. So he roars.
Okay. Well, then the bunny creature will impose disadvantage this time.
Alright, so go ahead and spend his reaction as he kind of gets in the way of the lunge, giving disadvantage, and the gnoll completely misses you. This one back here is going to rush up and stab Eldwin, also dropping his bow and drawing his spear two-handed. And he jumps forward, stabbing at you. Fortunately for him, you do still have the shield going, and it would... Well, you just step out of the way for that one. He didn't roll very well. This one here, who also has a bow, he saw you doing some chanting back there, Otto, which made him nervous. It's
Oh,
It's
no.
Otto, right?
Yes,
And
he's odd. He's an
He's
Otto.
an odd one.
He is. He's an Otto.
He's gonna move over this way, kind of getting into some cover and take a shot at you. His longbow arrow flies, and yes, he would strike you unless you got something.
Oh no. Well, yeah, no, I don't have anything to avoid the damage. So go ahead.
All right, so you are struck by the arrow, taking 7 piercing.
Okay, guys, this is my first time playing a cloth wearing, or a low AC like caster.
This guy
This is
here,
new for me.
who you also chanted at, and he feels really odd, is going to take aim at you and take a shot. Oh, natural 1. Completely misses. But he will
Beautiful.
also go over here, getting into cover. This guy... Oh, this guy here is going to... I think he's going to charge Eldwin. So he rushes up this way. Two-handed sphere. Trying to stab at you.
Good God, Elder.
This is fine.
He would strike,
Oh,
actually. He gets through your shield, but only hits you for 4 piercing. Not a very good strike. This guy is going to run up on Falsus, also with a two-handed sphere, and attack.
Falsus do be dodging.
Luckily he was, because the dodging helped. This guy back here is going to try to follow Soren. 30 gets to here. Still can't see him. He's going to double move this way, yelling, "You will not escape." 20, 25, 30, and now he does see you. Spear in one hand, torch in the other. He yells, "He's back here!" This guy up here is going to move down this way and go for Falsus. Two-handed spear and stab. Lunges forward. Oof, and that dodging is paying off as he gets out of the way. This one is going to try to help his buddy. 40, 50, 60. So he's rushing back here as well. That's it for them. New round, Soren. What do you want to do? You got a couple of guys rushing in on you.
Yeah.
We are going to... That is not my character sheet. I'm going to... Yeah, I believe so. I'm gonna move 5, 15, 20, 30, which I believe puts me out of the torchlight.
It looks like it does.
It's hard
'cause
for
he
me
is
to tell with it.
once again looking around confused as you get way back there.
Okay. I say it's kind of hard for me to tell since I have the dark vision. And then I'm going to... We're gonna try and make him drop the torch. I'm just gonna do a Hunter's... I'm just gonna end concentration on the Zephyr Strike. We'll cast a bonus action Hunter's Mark on him.
The guy with the torch?
Yeah.
Alright, so you chant pointing at him as nature energies surround him, and he is marked.
And
As
then we're gonna...
Concentrate.
He's not holding the shield, right?
Oh, and you can get rid of your timer, because I think that was your Zephyr Strike.
Yeah. That
No, he does not have a shield. He has a two-handed spear out at the moment, because he was trying to rush up on you.
Got it. And then I'm going to... We're going to try to do a sharpshooter shot on him. Turn this on.
Alright, so you have
and
advantage. Oof.
19?
Well, the 19 would strike. So yes, you land a shot as he's looking around confused.
This is for 18.
So he gets a nasty arrow right in the armor, which does pierce through, causing some bleeding. Anything else?
Nope, that is going to be it for me.
Alright, Eldwin, you got some guys on you. What do you want to do?
I am gonna hope that they stop stabbing me when they die, and I will slice at the one that hit me, which I believe was this guy.
Alright, so you take an attack on him.
And just in case it matters, these are booming blades, but I don't think it was. Oh, my first melee attack since I got this.
Oh, crit.
That's a pretty good one.
So yeah, 18 would, you strike him with your rapier, doing 18 points of damage. It looks like, and he is badly wounded from the attack as he stumbles back That doesn't do any thunder damage, right?
Not yet. Only if he moves.
So he is pulsing with booming energy, as he is also bleeding pretty badly. Anything else?
I believe that's all I can do for my turn. I do want to. No, I don't want to use a blade time just yet. So yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, the hunters go. So this one here is going to move this way. 10, 20, 30, and he's going to take a shot at Falsus, or 2 shots. Pew, pew. So first shot. Falsus is still dodging, right?
Yes.
Alright, so the dodge saves him as the arrow embeds in the wall. The guy curses and fires again. Well, he didn't crit him, but that would strike. Saves him from a crit, dealing 10 points of damage to him. Good damage roll. So Falsus takes 10. And he does have to make a concentration check. DC 10. Yeah, he's fine. This wounded guy here is... what's he gonna do? I think he's gonna fire at Falsus as well. Yeah, he'll fire at Falsus because he has the cleanest shot on him. So he takes 2 shots. Both would miss, unfortunately, as Falsus is well armed and dodging. So that's it for the hunters. Falsus.
Falsus is going to... He is, I guess, going down a spot. Being the cover would be the same as that. So Falsus is going to, I think, move up a space. Do I want to go up and attack the hunter? Yeah, he'll move up another space and risk the 1 AOO from the bottom one if he wants to use it.
Who is this? Falsus?
Yeah. This one would get an AOO if
actually,
he wants to use it.
he is going to try to grab Falsus. So he goes one-handed on the sphere, or the spear, and he's going to do a grapple. So Falsus has to reply with either acrobatics or athletics.
He will reply with athletics at a 15.
Alright. And the Knoll makes an athletics check. Gets an 18. You are grappled and cannot move out of here. So you're stuck there. As he grabs you.
Wasn't the hexed one by chance, was it? Although that'd be Dex.
It was
straight
not.
anyway.
That one is over somewhere.
Would it
over
have
there.
mattered anyway because it was Dex she did?
Falsus curses as this Knoll is laughing, grabbing him.
So grapple just reduces my speed, doesn't actually affect my attack in any way.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct. You just can't move anymore.
Okay. Got it. Alright, yeah, I guess Falsus is then going... I guess he's just gonna try... to...
That's this guy grabbing you.
the bottom, yeah, the one-handed guy. Yeah,
No.
Falsus, I guess, is just then gonna just attack the guy who grappled him.
Alright, so Falsus spins around, stabbing at that guy. Ah!
Which would just be his longsword now.
Alright, oh yeah, so you respond in kind with a nasty stab, doing 9 points of damage. The creature is not wounded yet, but did take some damage from that. Anything else?
I'm gonna do a Divine Smite on that too, sorry. I'm not used to Paladins.
Alright, So, what level? 1 or 2?
Just one.
Dong. So there is an explosion of radiant energy as you
no.
hit him for
bad.
another 9, which would badly wound him. Ah! He stumbles back,
Paladin.
still grabbing you. Anything else?
No, Paladins don't really have bonus actions, right? I think that's pretty much it.
Other than Divine Shield. Alright, so Faustus' turn would end. Onyx, what are you doing?
All right, I'm going to tell Hassan to do the thing I taught him, and I'm going to flank this guy, and I'll attack him, and then Hassan will attack.
Alright, so you kind of circle around, getting in position, and he's looking back and forth, trying to keep track, so that would give you a +2 to the attack.
And you
Oh,
have
and I
advantage.
also used the embolden.
Gotcha, the bond. 18, 20 would definitely hit.
It would be 30. That goes very fine.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's very fired.
That's
so that's
right.
a 30.
So that was a 30. Oh, and you do have to take the reaction used off of your bunny, because he isn't
Right, 'cause he
technically
doesn't
on
have
the
a turn.
initiative order. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you stab him for 6, is that right? Yeah, not a very good roll.
That's underwhelming. Yeah.
He stumbles a bit, but he is still okay.
1 on damage.
And 25, 27.
Yeah, that would strike. As the bunny blasts him from the other side. Not rolling very
Another
well
one.
today, Trey.
Yes.
Another 3 damage. Alright. 1-2 punch. He's not looking wounded yet. Anything else?
Nope. That'll do it.
Alright. The Fang goes. He roars
Does
angrily.
Hassan do- Oh, never mind.
And he is going to once again lunge at Eldwin, swinging wildly with his unnatural strength of Yinagu. First claw attack, you barely get out of the way. Second one rolls poorly, stumbling. He goes for the bite. That might just hit you. Yeah, looks like that would be a hit unless you got something.
I will shield, or attempt to.
Oh god! As he jumps at you, you throw your hand up and his jaws bite into a force field, knocking him back as he continues to roar. Go ahead and mark yourself. Yep, there you go. Reaction used. He is frustrated. He has been unable to get through that shield. He would yell, "Kill the caster!" in Nolish, which no one can understand except the guy far away.
Way in the back.
Yeah.
That's all it means.
Anvir, what
Loose
do you want to do?
I'm gonna do you know what? First things first, I'll do a Toll the Dead on the guy that Eldwin stupidly hurt.
Okay. You chant as necrotic energy surround him, and he will attempt a saving throw because he does not like the looks of this. Wisdom, right? Yeah.
Yep.
No, he will fail. So he is affected by the magics, taking 4, withering him into a husk. He falls over
beautiful.
dead. He yells
And then for my
something in Nolish, pointing back at you. Anything else?
bonus action, I will do a spiritual weapon.
Alright, you chant as a magical weapon comes into being. Right there, alright.
And I'll whack the one to the right of it.
Go ahead and... Or actually, give me a link for spiritual weapon first. What's the range on that?
Oh.
Is that 60? Yeah, it looks like 60. Alright. So, 20... You said the right, so this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, 20 would strike as it spins around, whapping him. Give me a damage roll.
Doesn't want to give me the damage roll, so apparently I'll just have to quickly do that.
You want me to click on it? There you go. Bap. Smacks him for 8 points of damage. You just have to choose a level when you click on spiritual weapon.
Okay.
If you don't choose it, it won't complete the roll. Alright, so he takes 8 points as the weapon baps him and he stumbles back. Anything else?
That will be my turn.
Otto. You got a guy getting ready to shoot at you.
Alright. I'm going to try to blast the one that I hexed, which is way up here. And I assume he has some cover.
Yeah, he has cover from the wall and cover from his friends, who have moderate cover.
He's gonna try anyway.
Yeah, 22 would be enough because he is not well armored. So he is blasted for 10 points of damage, almost knocking him off his feet, but he's still up.
13.
Oh, 13. Alright,
Yeah.
so...
But they're all different types.
Yeah. He looks wounded from that shot.
And I believe I get a second shot. It's the first time using Eldritch Blast. Let me
Only
see
at
here.
level 5, I believe.
Oh, level
Yeah.
5. Okay, alright. So then I'm going to use my movement to run away. I do not need to stay within the emboldening and bond people once I've put it out there. So I'm going to be like GTFO. And I can find full cover down here in these rocks, right?
Yeah, well, not full cover unless you're like going prone behind them or something. You could get
Oh, well, in
cover
that case,
from
I'll go
them.
back. I'll go back where I was then.
Alright, so yeah, that would actually give you full cover because he doesn't have line of sight anymore. Alright, that's it for you?
I think so, yeah.
Alright, the Knolls go. So I'll start from the south. This guy here did not like you draining the life from his poor friend, but he doesn't really have a way of getting over there anymore. He yells up at this one saying something. Then he is going to stab at Eldwin, who luckily still has a shield spell going. Two-handed stab. No, he would miss horribly. His buddy, who does not like being between these two, he is going to... What's he gonna do? He doesn't like glowing, he doesn't like being flanked, he just doesn't like any of this. He's gonna stab at Onyx again. Oh.
Alright, Hassan will
Yep,
use
use
his
a
reaction.
reaction. Alright, good thing he did. Oh, never mind, it wasn't a good thing because he would still hit, even with a disadvantage. So you are struck with the two-handed spear strike for 10 points of damage.
That hurts.
That was a nasty hit. Full damage. That's it for those two. Moving north, this guy, heeding his friend's call, is 10, 20, 30. He moves here, and he's going to take a shot at Anvir. Luckily, you do have cover. As the knoll pops out, suddenly firing at you.
Oh, Lord!
Oh, God. No, he would miss, as you are in cover and actually pretty well armed. This guy up here goes next. He's going to come down 5, 10, 15, staying away from Onyx. 25 to here. He's going to take a shot at Otto with a good amount of cover in the way. Longbow. No, definitely not with cover. Luckily, you did have cover, else that would have hit you. The shot flies past you. Alright, so this guy, is he feeling brave? He is going to drop the torch and run back this way because he doesn't like any of this. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and is Onyx, he's not dodging, right?
No.
Alright, he's gonna come here and he's gonna start dodging with his spear. This guy's gonna run up this way. 15, he's gonna grab the torch. 25, 30. Then he is going to start moving this way. 10, 15. Oh, he sees you. And he's going to move up to you. Oh, wait, no, he's going to get to here. He actually can't get to you yet. And he says, come back here with his spear. That's it for them. And we are at a new round with Soren. What do you want to do?
I am going to... How far? Here we can do just a straight 30, which puts... I expect to utilize those, but I think that's the best. I'm gonna drop the Hunter's Mark concentration, and we're gonna cast a Zephyr Strike.
Alright, so you drop the spell, casting Zephyr Strike.
Still concentrating. This will then
Once again, moving
be
quickly.
a minute. Then I'm gonna try to I'll try to sharpshooter. I guess it doesn't really matter. I guess I'll move down first, just 30 feet.
Who is it that you marked?
It was that guy that just started dodging
Okay.
between Falsus and the Hunter.
Yeah, there it is. Okay.
I'm just gonna move down 30 feet, and then we'll take the advantage shot at this guy. We're gonna try to sharpshooter this guy.
He would actually still see you. Do you still want to do that?
Zephyr Strike. Yeah,
oh,
Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr
That's
Strike.
me.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you would have advantage. All right, so you take aim, firing.
Not Hunter's Mark, but yeah, we're gonna try to do a sharpshooter. 16?
16 would hit. He does not have a shield up.
For 21.
Oof, he is very
good on that
badly wounded as he stumbles back. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna use the rest of the Zephyr Strike movement to... It costs extra to move into difficult terrain, correct?
Yeah, so that would be 40 feet of movement to go where you wanted to go there.
Oh, like this? Is this...
That's
30?
That's fine.
But that would be 30. I'm
That'd
gonna
be
go
30,
right
yeah.
there. Oh, I did not do the Zephyr Strike damage, I'm sorry. So an extra 8.
Alright, he is impaled
That
and
actually-
dies. Bad.
So the torch is laying
He
where
disappeared
he
into the
is.
cave and was never seen again.
The wind just carries them off.
Yeah, that
Carries
torch
him
will
off
probably
into
wanna
the
get
night.
shot. Yeah, I'm just gonna move to here then.
Alright, so you get into the rocks down in the shadows.
Need to...
Eldwin, what do you want to do?
Alright. I will hit the one that got attacked by the spiritual weapon with my rapier.
Alright, so that's this one, right?
I'll roll the d4 just in case if I think that it
Yeah, 18
18.
would definitely hit. So you stab this guy, right?
Yep.
He takes 9 points of damage and looks badly wounded. He is still up.
figured. That's all.
That's it for you?
Yeah.
Alright, so the hunters would be up, but we are at time. So this might be a good place to call it. Go ahead and send me some MVP votes, and we'll pick this up next time. Maybe with a new player.
I would say, I don't know if I was curious. Did we want to finish up this round at least? Or
I would say we probably should just wait on that because with the knolls and everything, it's probably a good another 10-15 minutes. It's not like close to the end.
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, the round just started, so.
Yeah.
For-
So we have a
for
while
the-
to
you
the
were
end.
the second.
So yeah, go ahead and give me some whispers. Let's see, I got 2 votes. 3 votes. Oh. Four votes. Oh, I think I know who the winner is. Unless we have a tie. Nope. With 3 votes, Otto, you are the MVP. Congrats.
Guys,
Giving you a warm welcome with the MVP vote there. All right. Anything else anyone needs to do before we wrap? I'm going to be taking some notes, so I'll be here. But if not, yeah. I hope everyone had fun. And next week, we'll probably get into the main battle.
Just
Thanks, Lou.
weird question. Since I'm currently controlling Falsus, can I use my story points for Falsus rolls if I so choose?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, just curious.
If
Catch you
you
next week,
wish.
guys.
Yeah, take care.
Yeah, guys.
good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh, Lou, I'll probably at some point try to DM you to kind of figure out my background character type thing to go along with my hermit background.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if you're really familiar with the hermit background, but I get like some secret knowledge or person.
Yeah, the
thing that's
discovery,
kinda-
right?
Discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with it. I have a hermit character as well.
So I'll probably try to DM you at some point this week to try to solidify that. I don't think probably nothing really be major as any right now anyway, but
Yeah, no worries. We can figure out what your discovery is.
because
Maybe
that'll
work
probably
it-
be
Maybe work it.
that'll
into the
probably be
storyline.
useful for the and that'll probably also be useful for like the background character too. That's what I was thinking. They probably would go hand in hand in a way.
Yeah, no worries. That would be fine. And yeah, we could figure that out.
Got it. Yeah, yeah. I'll try to DM you at some point this week.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Yeah, take care. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Like 7 people on tonight. Oh, I'm the only one still on voice. I'm talking to myself. I think I know at least some of these people in real life. Alright. Got some notes. Sorry, Seal Fur. I didn't get a chance to throw Tiamat or a Tarask at them. But they were fighting gnolls, so that's pretty much the same thing, right? It's close. It's close. A few more levels. I haven't actually done... I don't know if I've ever fought a party against a Tarask or Tiamat in all my years of DMing. I always felt like those monsters were better off as like background scary monsters and something groups should actually fight a bunch. Are you still running games on Thursday? I'm going to take some notes for next time. Future Lou will appreciate it if I get some notes ready for next game, so I have to do them before the game. Next week is going to be the 12th. Alright. Hopefully I will have a new player by then. Oh, Mary! Is that you, Mary? Paul Mary? Did you just subscribe? I got 2 subscribers. Did I say next week was the 12th? Yeah. Oops. Crap. Dang it. Alright, well, thanks for watching, everyone, or people in the future who watch this as a video. Hope everyone has a good night. If anyone needs a game, let me know. I'm still looking for a couple of people to fill a few spaces in my weekly games. Take care.